What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Black Man Unfiltered Network. Get your popcorn ready. Ladies, get your glass of wine together right now. Sip it, because we're about to take you on an emotional journey that you've never been on in your life. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be mad, you're going to be happy, you're going to agree, you're going to disagree, and that's what Black Men Unfiltered is about. We want all of you to have a voice, and this is the place where voices are heard. So thank you guys, because we're going to have the conversations that nobody else wants to have, and we're going to come to a medium, we're going to come to solutions, or we're going to agree to disagree, but you're in the right place to do it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I want to introduce you guys to all the shows that's on the network coming up on this next slide. Peace! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Yeah. It's Friday. I got all the smoke you want. It's Friday. I feel a smoker coming on today. Yeah. I feel a smoke coming on today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm hooded up. I'm ready to go right now. I got Marvin Gaye over here. Right there. Marvin Gaye finna sing to y'all tonight. Right? Got the fire burning tonight. It's about to go down, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see everybody here tonight. Man, I just left a fire. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, It's good to see you guys tonight, man. It is Barbershop Talk Friday. Yeah, the fellas about to talk it out tonight. We got a lot of good men that are going to be in the back tonight. I always got to go to the sanctuary first, guys. Always got to go to the sanctuary. I want to make sure I acknowledge all the people that make this happen. Chef Shapiro, I'm waiting on you, Doc. I'm waiting on you, man. I sent you the link, brother. I want to see your face in the place. Primal Studies, man. It will be good to have you tonight, too. I'll have Angela send you the link, and we'll go from there. Let's see here. Let's go to the sanctuary. Start at the top. Chef Shapino's in the building tonight. Hey, he said, oh, yeah, he ready? Sir Hill Speaks, my brother from another mother, is in the house tonight. Make sure you go subscribe to Sir Hill Speaks and Chef Shapino if you can. Stephen Day, always a huge supporter. Mr. C is in the building. Guess what, guys? It ain't black. It ain't white. It's the gray area. It's the Gray Pill Podcast in the building tonight. Yeah, Angela, the first part of that group is here tonight. Angelus, come on. We got Don GQ. He said he wasn't here, but I saw him, but he left, so he ain't here. All right, we got Shawty Doo-Wop in the building tonight. My guy, my big brother from another mother. If I ever get in a gunfight, I need him by my side. Mandrell is in the building tonight. All right. Let's see who else we got. Randy K is in the building tonight. Jenny is in the building tonight. One of the best moderators this side of heaven and earth. Here we go. Let's see who else we got in here. Von Bryant is in the building tonight. Good to have you. Princess A is in here tonight. She said, I'm trying to watch Pluto TV on my phone. Don't be popping up on my phone with all this bait and switch interrupting me. Love you, Princess A. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see here. Who else is in here tonight? All right. Hey, Brown Gal Peace Lounge. How are you doing tonight? Stay with us. Impressive vibe. Stay with us. Good to see you guys here tonight, man. Hey, listen, I want to talk to you guys about something real quick. Guys, one thing I noticed about black men, can I talk about us for a second? Can I talk about us? Facts and the Uncomfortable Truth with Bernard S. Peace to the chat. He's in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. He's signing autographs right after the show. He's signing autographs, guys. Let's see here. Von Bryan. Okay, he put the topic in for us. Sylvia Carter, how are you? It's good to see you, hon. It is so good to see you in the house tonight, guys. Sylvia Carter's in the house. Come on. All right. So I want to talk about us tonight, guys. Why is it that I want to ask this question to the chat? To the chat, let's have a conversation before I bring the panel up. Why is it that when men of color speak up and speak truth, the first thing people do is try to destroy your character? Let me say this again. Let me say it again. When you speak truth to power, the Chester Cat is in the building tonight. Yeah. So why is it that in the chat, can y'all start explaining this to me? There are 22 people that are here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button when you're coming in the door, please. I appreciate you guys. Without your support, I can't do any of this. Can anybody tell me why when men speak truth, they're considered whining, they're considered crybabies, they're considered everything but truth tellers? And the reason why I believe, my personal opinion, guys, if you can go ahead and start putting it in the chat, why do you believe that? But the first thing is, I think that when people see how strong a person is, when we see how strong black men are and what black men are becoming, and black men are getting to the point they're not putting up with no crap no more. My big brother Mandrell said, I'm not putting up with it no more. When I look for a wife, I ain't putting up with it no more. If she's not what I'm looking for, she can hit the door. Bars. That's Mandrell, right? His album's coming out soon. It's called Hit the Door Hard, right? Then we got Angelus. Angelus is going to be here tonight. Angelus says the same thing. If you watch Angelus says the same thing. If she's not where I need her to be, there cannot be no you and me. Bars. His album is coming out soon. Bernard S says, listen, I'm not worried about the rest. If she can't be what I need, she can't get Bernard S. Bars. Jedi Mike said, listen, I'm strong, I'm cut up, I can make love all night. But if you ain't doing what I need you to do, you can't have Jedi Mike. Bars. Albums coming soon, guys. And my thing is this, guys, this is for the ladies. I don't care who you with. Times have changed. Guys not putting up with your shit. Bars. This is barbershop talk tonight, guys. Can I freestyle for a minute with no beat? You think that we keep doing these pedestals. We keep putting people on pedestals. We keep saying, girl, we keep telling the girl with the ugly face and the thick waist, you fine, girl. And then that girl moves on to make herself feel so confident with herself. She ain't been checked in years. She ain't been checked in years. And then when she meets somebody like Kevin, meet somebody like Mandrell, meet somebody like Angelus, meet somebody like Jedi Mike, meet somebody like Bernard S., and so on and so forth. She got tears in her eyes. Why? Why? I'm going. I can't believe that Angelus would say such a thing to me. Why? Because your daddy didn't tell you. Your uncles didn't tell you. Your mom didn't tell you because they uplifted you. They told you that you were great at everything. That's the dumbest thing a parent could tell their child. You can do anything you want to do. Oh, that's not sexy. But let me tell you why. If your kid blind in one eye, why the hell would you tell your kid that he can be a pilot in the Navy? Am I preaching tonight? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm preaching. If I'm not, hit a 2 and I'll bump it up a little bit. If you see your child going to be overweight, your child's going to be a biggin, you cannot tell your child he's going to be a wide receiver in the NFL. You can do anything you want to do, honey. Guys, we got to get out of this. We got to get out of uplifting everybody, and we got to get to the real nitty gritty. Yeah, there's bad in everything, right? And I heard a guy that I love so much. My guy, if he's watching, come on up. My guy Bolo always says, your vibe will attract your tribe, and that's why many men are failing. But I disagree. Because as a Christian person, I believe in Jesus, and Jesus had a vibe, and he had a tribe, and he was a great man, and he still had someone in his tribe betray him. Am I preaching tonight or am I not? Somebody come tell me now. Even Jesus had a tribe of people. Even Jesus had a tribe of men that he chose himself. Are we saying that Jesus, Jesus was sitting here tonight, would we tell Jesus, you didn't pick right. It's your fault. You should have picked better, Jesus. You shouldn't have picked Judas. You shouldn't have picked Judas because Judas was coming for you. But we say people can't change in the middle of relationships. When Jesus chose Judas, he did not know that Judas would change for some money. How many of y'all know that a female will change for some money? How many of you know the next best thing, the next best guy will change, that she'll change for that money? How do you know that you're struggling and you're the average guy? You're great to her, but you're making $56,000 a year, and she meets a guy that's making $100,000 a year that has a wife, and she'll choose to be a side chick instead of being home riding your. Somebody, come on! Am I preaching tonight? Get your popcorn ready. It's going down tonight. I'm in my feelings tonight. We ain't doing no pandering tonight. We ain't doing it tonight. We're gonna have some real conversation. Because what I'm hearing about a lot of black women are saying in this space, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bring the people up, y'all. Give me a minute. What people are saying in this space is black women are saying just what I put here tonight. Your daughter is black. Your mother is black. Your wife is black, and you a follower of Kevin Samuels. How could you follow that asshole when he talks about black women the way that he does? He talks about black women the way that he does. It's because he wants you to be right. My grandmother always said, if nobody's talking to you, nobody's concerned about you. If I'm not talking to you, I'm not worried about you. But if I'm saying something to you, whether it comes out right or it comes out wrong, that means I care enough about you to tell you. Guys, am I cooking gumbo or am I heating up a Hot Pocket tonight? We got to understand where we are, and you can't be afraid of people putting you in your damn place. Because some people at the wrong place and need to be at the right place. Some people at the wrong address. Woo! I told y'all it's going to be a long one tonight. The Chester Cat says gumbo. I appreciate you, Doc. Let me add a little bit more seasoning there for you. Jenny says gumbo with extra shrimp. Let me add a little more shrimp in there for you. Any more ingredients we need to put in tonight? Because tonight we're going to have a conversation. Why is it that black women say, why are you following Kevin Samuels? Because he's a truth teller. Just like the unbeliever will tell you, why do you follow Jesus? Because he was a truth teller. A lot of people say, why do you follow a man that led people? He was a truth teller, and he was crucified. People celebrated his death. And now we have Mr. Samuels. A lot of people across the place are not even calling him Kevin no more. They're not calling him Sir anymore. They're not calling him Mr. anymore. Hell, I saw someone today say Sensei Samuels. I saw it today. Guys, if you're just coming in right now, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because that's the way you make this channel happen. Guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to get, you know what we do on Fridays. You know what we do on Tuesdays. I can't have guests come on the show and not show them no love. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to show them some love. And even though in these spaces, men, this is the lovely thing about men. Men, I can bump head with Angelus tonight. That's my brother. I can bump heads with Angelus tonight. Tomorrow, he's going to send me a message. Hey, what you talking about Tuesday? Because men, we don't do that. I can say Bernard S. Bernard S. can say, hey, dude, you need to go get your dress washed tonight. Mandrell can say, get your fat ass up and go take a walk. Tomorrow, I'm going to call and text Mandrell and say, how are you doing tonight, Mandrell? What's going on? I'm calling to check on you tonight. Jedi, I can tell Jedi Mike, you doing too much. Jedi Mike going to say, all right, cool. And later on, he going to text me, hey, bro, guess what happened to me today? But if I cross a woman in these spaces, I won't hear from her until December, the day before Christmas, when a child needs something because the father walked out. I'm preaching tonight. Can I do it? Kevin said, look, I like what Primal Studies is preaching tonight. Watch this here. Primal Studies said, Primal, you can come your ass up here. Primal Studies says, Kevin Samuels held up a mirror. It's on the people if they didn't like what they saw. Come on! He preaching tonight too. I might as well just open the whole pulpit up for every preacher tonight. He's preaching tonight. That's Primal Studies, ladies and gentlemen. He got Sexiest Man of the Year. Yeah, they voted him in. Sexiest Man of the Year. Primal Studies. Yeah, I saw the ladies. They did that earlier today. All the ladies want to see him now. Lucky Maria's in the building tonight. What's going on, Lucky? It's good to see you, honey. So I had to put my hoodie on. I had to go straight hood with y'all guys tonight because I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of everybody wanting to be baby. I'm so sick of everybody saying, please talk to me softer. I'm not going to talk to your ass softer when you hard as bricks. Talking to some of these women, it's like talking to a damn Mack truck doing 75 on 635 headed to I-20 going to Alabama. It's so hard to talk to them. It's so hard to sit down and have a conversation with them. It's because they don't listen. You have very few women out here. You have women that'll listen. You have some women that'll listen. You have some women that I know some women in this space that'll listen. You got women that like Security Boss, and you got women like the blossoming Ebony, Chris, the blossoming Ebony. You got women like that. You got women like Cam. You got women like Lucky in the building tonight. You got women that will listen and submit to what it is that you're trying to do. But you got some women say, hell no, get out my face. You can't whoop my kids. You can't whoop this pussy. You can't whoop this. You can't whoop the bill. You can't do nothing. They prevent you from everything, guys. Let me get my music started because the guys, I want to bring my guys up, man. I want to bring my guys up. Give me just a second. Let's see what we got. It's just frustrating. It's so frustrating when these Neanderthals be up here. Listen, let me go. Let me find something. And you know what? They don't even like this song, and I don't give a damn. I'm gonna play it again this week. I said I wasn't gonna do it, but twice a month. Hell, I'm gonna do it 3 times. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start with my guy. P.I. They call him Jedi Mike. He's in the building tonight. Ladies and gentlemen. I cannot say what's wrong or right. Look at Jedi Mike, show me something. It's not hard to fool. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother from another mother, my older brother. He feels like a living here, but he ain't. He does well. His name is Mandrell. Give it up.
What's going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here, he always got a beanie on his head because he's trying to cover up so much smoke that he's going to give you tonight. Let's give it up. The one half of the Great Pure Podcast, Angela, ladies and gentlemen, all the way. He's an actor. He's impressive. He's a smart man.
I see you, Jedi.
Brother, he's a father. With your damn now. But Bernard answers in the building tonight. Hey, Angela, go ahead and bust them on real quick. Let me see that great Pure Podcast. Bernard answers. I see you now. Hey.
Nothing can stop me.
Yeah.
Cause I'm addicted to you. Realize the way I fall. No need to say.
That's how you keep it alive right there.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, keep it alive. A reminder.
Hey, that's the jam, boy. Forever. That's the jam right there, guys.
About to bust a rap.
Good to see you guys tonight. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Hey, Bernard, that's gonna be the repellent song for all the thoughts out there.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you said it.
That was a good one. I like that, Greg. I like that.
Every time them thoughts come in and tell me I got 6 kids and 4 baby daddies.
I'd be like
celibate. Suit every day, and you got to accept me, but I ain't got to accept you. You turn this on.
Right. Nah.
Tell your good lies.
Yeah. Celibate.
Hey.
Celibate.
It is good to see y'all, man. It is good to see y'all.
I am
so listen, man.
Making that my ringtone.
I want to follow up. Thank you guys for being here. We got somebody trying to get in. Hey, listen. Okay, cool. We'll do that tonight.
Well, they're late. They're late, so they don't get in.
We'll
you show up on time or not at all.
Culture House
to be early is to be on time.
In the building tonight, and we'll do rotating. We'll rotate you guys in and out.
No, who is it? Depends on who it is.
Culture. It's Culture House.
Who's
Culture House? I'll let you in. You got a cam up though. I'll drop the link for you.
You got a cam
Matter
up.
of fact, Culture House. Email me at blackmanunfiltered@gmail.com, and then once you email me, then I'll send you the link. We'll do it like that.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
So, man, it is good to see you guys, man. How y'all doing? I'm gonna start with everybody. Let's go ahead and let y'all talk. We go from Jedi Mike to Mandriel, Bernard, and Angelus. Y'all let us know how y'all doing tonight, what y'all been up to, and I'll be back in just a second. Y'all go ahead.
Okay.
All right, cool. How are you, Jedi?
Good. I'm just kind of going through my finals week and stuff and everything, so I've been kind of busy, incognito. But,
all right.
But yeah, but I'm about to be done and stuff, and then we get the ball moving. But yeah.
There you go.
The good thing.
Good luck to you, man. Good
How
luck
you
to
feeling
you,
about it? How you feeling about it?
Everything good. I said this semester was a roller coaster, but I'm almost done with everything. But things are good are coming soon, so stay tuned.
That's what's up. What about you, Mr. Mandriel? You get you some sleep?
I took a nap. I did take a nap. I did take a nap.
You got rest.
Yeah, finally.
That's
Want to know
good.
the last time I slept? Tuesday night. I actually worked that out this earlier today when I was talking to Angelus. I was like, I had to think about it. I got to the point where I was delirious, and I was like, you know when the last time I slept was?
Bernard, if you want to see the full loopy effect of Mandriel, I'll shout out to Rob B.
And you aired it.
That's the whole conversation. That was the whole, he wasn't 100% there, but I'm glad he got some rest.
Shout out to people in the chat though. Always supporting your boy.
Shout out to the chat.
Shout Brittany,
Jenny Morena.
Shout out to y'all in the chat.
Jenny Morena, Lucky Marie.
Lucky!
Hey, first of all, I do know who Culture House is. I want Ghost the Machine in here tonight. Hey, Ghost in the Machine, email me so I can send you the link, brother. Yeah,
you know who he is? I don't know.
Yeah, that's Ghost in the Machine. Yeah, I got to get him in here. Oh yeah,
Canadian born Nigerian, Andre Terry.
Shout
Yeah, but other than I guess I'm doing right. But
what Canadian born it?
He in the chat. He's
the
supposed to be
hell?
up here
In
with
the
us,
chat
isn't he?
right there.
Canadian
Yeah,
one, check your email. Damn, I sent it to you. Did you pay your bill?
Uh-oh.
Oh, he
Somewhere,
paid a light
I
bill.
haven't anybody here from We Ain't Silent? He coming through?
I sent it to him.
You seen it to him? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I
cool.
did.
Okay.
So,
So
guys-
he may show up
Oh,
later
I think
because
am I
Black Man
underdressed today? I think I'm
BMU.
underdressed.
How long did you have that link before you sent it to me?
You're underdressed?
I think so.
I don't know either. That's the
Couple
point.
hours.
A couple hours.
Hell, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, let me tell you. I had
Yeah,
a long day.
you sent me the link. I was like, finally.
Hey, I had a long day, man. Normally I send it to you early in the morning, right? I had
Normally,
a long day today.
normally you do. I've
Yeah.
had a long week. That's the thing when women say they want these highly competitive, successful men. Okay, ladies, what you don't understand is men like us with a very high work ethic. You got to get in your time when you can squeeze in. We're busy
Bro,
a lot.
I say that all the time. I'm the only like compared to me and you, I'm the flexible one. You know what I'm saying? Them you type of guys, they got to get in where they fit in, and they don't understand that.
They don't. We do not have time because I'll go and go and like now. I've been
Be
going
careful
since
what you wish for.
since Wednesday morning. Like Tuesday night is the last time I got sleep up until today when I took a nap. And I mean, it's go. A lot of times until we're just so tired, I'm gonna take a shower and go to bed.
But that's all you do, Mandrell. You just sleep.
That's all you do.
You just sleep, Mandrell.
And I pay
Anytime you come home, you lay in the bed, lazy ass.
Hey, Lewis, first.
I'm paying all these bills. But see, that's what it takes to make money like
Lewis,
that.
hey,
You
Lewis
know.
first. What part of Texas you in, Lewis? Put it in the chat for me, Doc.
Mm-hmm.
But so when I opened up tonight, guys, let me ask y'all this: when I opened up tonight, what do you guys think about what I said when I opened up tonight? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are your thoughts?
I think it was fair. I think it was fair.
I think if only people knew what we was talking the after shows, especially what me and Mandrell and the few people had the other day. This is what we're talking about: the actual barbershop, the golf course, the moments. And the thing about it, you think we might be talking, oh, that her ass is fat and all that stuff. And maybe some of that stuff is happening. I'm joking. But no, I'm joking. But really, honestly, that's what a place where men we come to be vulnerable and actually be transparent about saying the things that we're talking about. Not saying you call it being the safe space, whatever it might be, but from different age demographics and all stuff, and all of us having the same story. I just want to say I thank y'all, especially to older men up here who helped me this past week, because there's a situation, I know we'll probably talk about it later, with Black Man that happened on another platform recently that I just wanted to, I'll probably share with you privately that, us as men, we might go through certain experiences, but it's only forging us to be stronger men. To a point that these situations now, the things that unfortunately some of the women might do, it might not phase us anymore, because we're not going to accept that, because we now have a better understanding of knowing thyself, the man that or character that we stand on. So therefore, we're not going to tolerate foolishness and XYZ, which is what some of the things that Kevin Samuels was talking about.
Absolutely. And whoa, Lewis first, you in Rockwall?
Look at you, Jedi.
Lewis.
Growing up, little young ass self.
I'm in Dallas,
Got
Lewis.
spot of hair in your chest.
Man. Hey, email me at blackmanunfiltered@gmail.com, my brother.
Yeah.
If you got your own platform, man, we can do some work together, man. I'm in Dallas.
Black
I'm
Man,
not that far from you at all. What?
BMU, we ain't Santa said the link is expired. But I'm like, that's the same link we're all using right now.
Yeah, that link not expired. What's the link? Is it FS8TR?
Just refresh.
FS8TR,
Yeah, try to refresh it, bro.
Yeah, tell them to refresh it.
Depending on where you're looking at. If it's on your phone, hit that little 3 dots in the top right corner.
Yeah, refresh it. Yeah.
Yeah, it give you options through the phone or just straight through the browser.
All right. And Culture, yeah, there you go. He in. Culture, did you send him the link as well, Mandrell? He said he hit your email. Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah, you talking about
Ghost in the Machine.
Ghost in the Machine? Yeah, I sent it to him. Cool. I emailed it to him.
All right. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you, Lewis, man. We right up the road from each other, brother. All right, small world, man. So go ahead, Bernard S. What did you think about my opening, brother?
I think y'all didn't see the chat, I guess. I said in the church says. Nobody said amen.
Yeah, come on, amen, Doc. Come on.
You just, I mean, well, yeah, I'm gonna go there tonight. All right, here comes the smoke. When your wife calls you a butthole all the time,
yeah,
I question her. I said, am I a butthole because I'm a butthole, or is it because I'm telling the truth? And when there's silence,
you know the
answer. I know it's the truth.
Come on, let the church say.
See, women have a tendency, they don't know how to even name what truth is, so they'll call us an asshole. That's not what it is.
Exactly.
It's the truth, and you just don't like it. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. And this is the first time LeBron James is watered down. This is real barbershop talk. This is where most women, if they're smart, you can come to barbershop talk and find out how we think. It's not hard. And Kevin said that, and women got mad.
Yeah.
Sex, sandwich, silence.
Yeah.
I know your ass been watching Kev saying because you just quoted that motherfucker and I forgot about the sandwiches.
Yep.
Yeah, those are 3 S's.
Those were the 3 S's. Of course, me being a man like I am, and the way I roll and the way I carry myself, I don't have to say that to my wife. I wouldn't have to say that to my wife, and I respect my wife, right? But at the same time, I know I have a part too. So I'm not going to just let the women get it tonight, but I'm just talking about me. Yeah. But at the same time, I would probably be 200% of my man Angelus and Mandrell. Oh, you going to kick rocks bare feet in a glass field. You're not coming where I need to be.
That's something. I'm going to write that down.
Yes, okay? I would be I'd be 200% with Mandrell and Angelus because, see, y'all see them now. Do you even think you deserve them now? Forget how they might feel about themselves. Do you even think you deserve them now? Exactly. Just like Fife said, you didn't want me then, but now you want me.
Come on.
Yeah. Take the contact out your eye. You're far from looking fly. You getting E for effort, T for nice try.
So I don't mean to interrupt you, but we got a lady in the chat.
Yeah, I saw. I was about to say. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and pull that up.
Why you doing that? Bring up. We ain't signing the back.
Yeah, that's why I'm finna pull them up.
Yeah,
now.
I saw him.
I'm gonna pull the guys up the back. You know, I got to give them some music too. I can't just let them come in with nothing. All right, let's see here. Let's see.
What we got?
Let me see what I got. Oh, you know, I'm gonna do my favorite one. Hey, send Black David the link, man. I don't know what's going on with Black David's computer. He's an IT guy. He's been doing it for 20 years.
That's not what you were talking about.
You for 20 years.
Jesus.
Don't get me started because I think he's my nemesis today. I think he's been my nemesis all week.
Jody knows this. Jody knows this.
I know it ain't doing it.
And Jody knows this.
He's my email to Mandrell.
I will say this.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Shanghai, China, give it up for We Ain't Signing Shit.
大家好，你现在听 Black Man Unfiltered.
The guy that was voted sexiest man of the month by every magazine north of Texas and east of Oregon. Let's give it up for your guy. Primal Studies is in the building tonight.
Okay, what's up?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, last one.
Hi guys, he's in Oregon.
He's a dreadhead, just like me, but his is just a little bit longer. He's taking a drink right now. Let's give it up for Ghost the Machine
with the locks of Solomon,
and the name from Ghost in the Shell.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, fam? What's up?
Okay, you don't have to say it more than once. Just once is good enough.
What's going on,
bro? What you doing the party, Mandrell?
Huh?
Mandrell.
That's not me. I don't dance like that.
Yeah, you just took me back.
All
right, I don't dance like that.
I'm about to start doing the walkout.
Ghost in the Machine, come on now.
Man, that sounds to me
I'm
back.
sorry, I didn't hear you, bro.
I knew you was in the party. Come on now.
I was in the back of security boss's stuff, and I started to get on, but I was like, yeah, they went too far. Plus, you know, some of you brothers are actually think like me. So by the time I would have got up, I would have just been repeating what somebody else said. Like, I just want to be like everybody else. Nah. But the reason why I came up on this particular chat, other than the fact, you know, I got love for all you brothers, but I've been off of social media because you notice that you haven't seen me on anybody's stream in the last few weeks or whatever. You know, I was working on some other projects, taking time out to do my own thing until Kevin Samuels passed away.
Come on.
And I actually had the audacity to go on Facebook and say, hey, look, I don't care what y'all thought about it, brother. It's not cool to wish death on nobody. And man, I had some people who I've been kicking it with for 10 years that just come all the way off the wall with that. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Because now, and let me do this real quick. I have never been a Kevin Samuels fan. Not because I didn't think he was telling the truth, but I just really didn't like his delivery. You know what I mean? Because I'm the same way, but I'm a different type of dude. I'm one of those, rock you to sleep type people, And it was actually my wife. And some of y'all know my wife. Hey. But it was actually my wife who said, no, your ass is the same way. You just a little slicker with your tongue. You know what I mean?
Or her, you.
So, but and then as time went on and I started thinking about it, I was like, the brother was kind of halfway truthful. And he wasn't telling the truth. Like, okay, what did he say that was wrong? What did he say that was wrong? Truth is truth. And if you can't help it, if you can't handle it, then that means that you was triggered by maybe some, unrecognized trauma in your life that you need, to get in touch with or whatever. But when I saw the subject for the night, I was like, yeah, let me go on, jump in here and spit my little old thing and kick it with the brothers since we're in the barbershop and everything. And as you know, I haven't been in the barbershop over 25 years, but be that as it may, you know what I mean? I'm happy to be here, man. And like I said, I missed you guys.
Man, I appreciate it, man. We missed you too, brother. I want to give a shout out to 2 Cents Uncensored said this. We'll get back to that in just a second, but I want to recognize Cap Exec with the super sticker, $10.
Oh,
man.
what's Cap Exec doing here?
I appreciate the love, man. It's been so long, brother. Appreciate
that's
you,
a flexer right there.
He said salute to you guys. Brittany B said Doo-Doo Brown. She was just listening to it today. But let's give it up for Cannon Hill again. Cannon, it is good to see you here. If you haven't subscribed, I haven't seen you before. But if I've missed you, I apologize. Well, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be over here with us, man. We love to have you. But I want to go back up to this other one in a few minutes. Let's see. What did my girl Lucky say? Lucky said, and I quote, why can't men just tell us?
Can I take this one?
Why do we have to hang out with y'all?
No. Can I take this one? Please let me take it. I've made this point several times.
Mandrill?
Can I please let me take it?
Mandrill, go first.
Thank you. The thing is, Lucky, we do tell you. We do tell you all the time. But it's like I said before, in my observation, of all the ethnicities, Black women are the only groups of women who can be given the answers to the exam and still fail.
Damn.
So it doesn't matter what we tell you. Even when we give you the answers, you don't want to use the answer key, even though we tell you use the answer key while taking the test. So it doesn't matter what we tell you. You don't want to listen. You want to do whatever you want to do. Okay? Like me doing, go on my way to being with this high value men I see right now. Like I have the work ethic and I see my work ethic. At times where I forget to eat. So I had to regiment and schedule myself. Okay, eat at this time. Go to the gym from this time to this time. Work on work from this time to this time. I have to do that. Otherwise, I'll forget shit. So definitely I'm going to forget to call. I'll tell women this. And they're just like, no, you can steal. No, I can't steal. If I want to be a multimillionaire, I can't steal. I have to do this. I have to be on this path, this purpose, which is what women are asking for, man, on this purpose. But when you get it, you have no clue what to do with it.
So
and you got the answers.
And what Mandrell just said, watch all the guys. This is the effect that Kevin Samuels had on Black men. Watch this, guys. Pay attention. That's why all the women that don't listen, you're gonna die alone.
We don't have time, man. You have to get your time in, squeeze your time in with us when you can. Nothing wrong with it.
Mandrell, can I take it? Can I take it a step further?
Okay.
By all means, Primal. By all means.
I see you, Cannon. I'm sorry, boo boo. I see you now.
You say that they don't want to hear it, and this I feel like this goes across just. I'm obviously not a black man. I'm a white man. But here's what I'm going to say. I know, shocker.
I never would have known.
Don't change your name. Don't change the color on your screen. You're not seeing anything funny.
I thought that was Bars Kojo. Shit, I didn't know that was.
But you say that people don't want they fail even though they have the answers to the test, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to step up to a top tier man, you better already have the answers. You better already. I don't want to tell you how to be. You need to already be.
We don't have time to hold your hand and teach you how to be in a relationship with us. We'll show you some things about how to make us happy. I can tell you what I want. I can tell you the things. I will tell you the things that I need from you. Then I'll go into the things I want. The things I need are non-negotiable. You will provide that with me, or you won't be here. The things I want, plus or minus here and there, we can negotiate that. You know, but you'll tell them this, and they'll still just do whatever they want to do. And it's like, okay, do what you want to do, but do it over there, somewhere else. I don't have time for that.
Sawing wood or something?
Yeah, get some feedback from somebody.
Mute each mic.
Yeah, let me see. It stopped.
Not me.
All right,
Not me neither.
after.
So I'm still on. Jedi mic.
My mic was muted the whole time.
Yeah,
it's not Mandriel. It's not.
And I was
Are we
muted
good?
unless I was talking.
Okay, I don't hear it no
I
more.
still hear it.
Yeah.
Wait.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, we good.
Bro, did you just put your ear to your own mic?
You did.
But anyway,
Hold up. Y'all can't come from him because y'all do the same thing. When you looking for a house number, you cut the music down like it's gonna help you see.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie, that's true. Hey Bernard, when we park it too, that should be loud as fuck. So we just
you be like,
hey guys, so this I want to go to the chat because a lot of people in the chat are talking back. 2 Cents Uncensored said head, and mohead. When I grew up to actually understand these lyrics after singing them just as a child. Wow. She talking about Doo-Doo Brown.
Oh.
And that's the answer to your question, Primal. Doesn't matter what we tell them.
And then Cannon Hill. I did co-host a show with Cannon Hill before. I didn't recognize her because she was did up so well on these pictures that she looked like a completely different person with her pretty self.
What you trying to say, though?
So she
you
said,
be geared up to look like that?
No. She's pretty regardless. You see her, you see her, you turn your camera off. If you seen Cannon, you'll turn your camera off and fix your clothes. She said Kevin Samuels advocated for domestic discipline, while saying black women didn't experience domestic violence.
He did not advocate for domestic discipline. He did not advocate for that.
No, he did not.
You're taking that way out of context. He was just telling people, hey, there's this thing out there called domestic discipline. People said, well, what is that, Kevin? This is what it is. End of story. He even flat out said when he was a guest on the Lapeef Network, he said, listen, I don't advocate for this or anything, but I just found out about it and I found it fascinating.
You know what's
He's
funny?
just having a conversation with you.
You know what's funny also? I don't know if anybody noticed, all his old feeds from 4 to 2 years ago is resurfacing in the algorithm. It's not even showing him and women no more. It's showing him by himself, talking about belts, talking about shoes, then talk about men. That's it. So women, get on that replay, the real replay, because he was literally in a room, white room, with a little corny mic to the side, being very professional. It was crazy. I'm listening to him, all the old stuff from 2 years ago, literally saying the same goddamn
Chicago.
thing he was
Sheree.
saying.
Sheree.
Oh man.
Exactly. And if the funny part about it is about Kevin Samuels is that a lot of people wasn't into Kevin Samuels when he was on Men, back when he was 2 shades darker with a bad camera. You know what I mean? they wasn't into him then until he blew up, when he became, kind of fly and what us old folks used to call GQ.
Yeah.
That was when people started listening to him. And the first woman that called into his show, it was on and popping.
Yep.
But see,
Cannon said that's just semantics.
Yeah, but and she's right. It is just semantics. However, this is the thing that a lot of people missed about Kevin Samuels. There was a precursor to Kevin Samuels, and a lot of y'all know who he is. A lot of y'all listen to his stuff, and that was Tyrese Sotomayor. You know what I mean?
And they got rid of him too.
No, they're different.
Yeah, they're different.
Listen
to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's right, because
a lot of people put him in that same category, and he was.
Even though people put them in the same category, doesn't make it to be true.
Yeah.
Tommy Sotomayor is
that's
very,
trash.
very. Yeah, very different from Kevin Samuels.
She said
Kevin Samuels was actually advocating.
Cannon said she thought that men kept it real.
Real men do keep it real, but again,
real men keep a woman
nobody's
blush.
pandering to her, man. Stop. She just sit down, have a seat. Nobody's pandering to her.
I'm with you, we ain't.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Hey, she gonna come up here in a minute, y'all. She gonna come up here.
I don't care.
If I make a little
look,
small
she can
announcement.
get those facts. The bottom line is this. This is because I've been in the red pill and the manosphere even before Kevin Samuels hit the scene. So here's the situation. Kevin Samuels will start working with O'Shea Duke Jackson. And when he turned from men to women, he actually went to a marketing consultancy, and this is by his omission on BGS platform. By his omission, he paid $10,000 to get a marketing consultancy to help reform and change his platform to be more appealing to the black market. And that's when he popped. That's when you see the ambiance change, the intro, stuff like that. He paid over 10 grand for that, which is excellent business.
Yes.
Which is excellent business, and people should do the same. But overall, Kevin Samuels was for the restoration of black relationships, the restoration of black families. And when we do a tally of marriageable people, because he had those Facebook groups, he outpaced all other dating, female, black, white, or whatever, female dating coaches in marriage. In 2 years, he had over 15 different marriages. And you have women, black women, on YouTube starting their page saying, "Thank you, Kevin Samuels, because of you, I got married." And from that Facebook, he outpaces all dating gurus when it comes to black marriages. So when people are talking about dancing over his grave, he hates black women, that is bullshit, because he was directly advocating for black marriages and black relationships. And by the numbers, if we're counting by the numbers, he outpaces Olivia Pope, all the femininity coaches, all that bullshit. He outpaces them all in black heterosexual marriages.
And a couple of them tapped out too, we ain't.
Yep, and yeah, exactly. And guys, for the 52 people that are watching right now, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as you're coming in. Coach K, hey, Coach K, thank you for being here. I haven't seen you before. Thank you for being here. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification button so you can come back and be with us on Tuesdays. I'd love to bring you up and to hear more about you, Coach K. And have you on, maybe even tonight, if you want to come up and teach a class tonight. I would allow you to come in and teach a class tonight in the barbershop, because what you're talking about is what needs to be taught. She said, as a female, I learned so much from Kevin Samuels and became a better woman for my man. Come on, so she deserves a hand clap of praise. So, Coach K, thank you for being in the sanctuary tonight. If you haven't haven't liked or subscribed, go ahead and hit that. Thank you for your $4.99 super chat. I appreciate you so much. All right. Cannon Hill says, I have no issue with an honest conversation. I love to converse. And guess what she did, y'all? She in the back. Snuggle 668 says $2. She get the $2 super chat.
She can get that smoke too.
She said, Snuggle says, drop the link, time to party. Who ready? All right. So the women are coming with the smoke tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Snuggles is trolling.
Exactly.
Just so you know, BNU.
Snuggles
is a
Snuggles, I'm gonna be on Saturday. I want you on my end.
Yeah, because he goes over to Nathan Daly, man. I mean, Snuggles is a trip.
Snuggles
is a trip.
So 2 Cents says he didn't advocate for domestic violence. 2 Cents, if you want to come up, you can. So we can have a woman on one side of it and a woman on the other side of it. That'd be great for the men to watch tonight.
It's a barbershop,
he
not
didn't
the salon.
advocate for domestic violence. He explained that women continuously said it to deflect a weaponized victimhood, which is why he flipped it on them, but never to advocate for it.
Madriel, did you just say that? Right?
This is the barbershop, not this alone.
No. This is what I was about to say. But they do come drop the kids off.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah.
So the first lady we're about to have in here to drop the kids off tonight is going to be Cannon Hill. Cannon Hill is in the building. Cannon Hill, we'll get you in first, and then we'll bring up the next lady in the back as well. Okay, let's give it up for Cannon Hill in the building tonight.
And didn't pair him up. Wouldn't you know it?
Hey, guys.
That didn't come up. No surprise there.
I
Wow.
told these men how beautiful you were, and you done came in and didn't even cam up for us. Come on
Right,
now.
she embarrassed you and everything. See, you can't count on sisters.
I mean, I could cam up. It's no problem for me.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not an issue.
Oh, there we go. Oh, okay.
I mean, what
Look at me, Andrea.
Like,
Oh, okay. There we go.
Stop it.
Like, we're definitely
You are
thirsty.
Angela, put them
So hold on.
bills back up,
So
bro.
Cannon,
Put them
what do
bills
you
back
have
up.
to say? What do you have to say to the barbershop today? Why are you dropping your kids off? Go ahead.
Well,
shit.
the thing that I've been wanting to say to a lot of gentlemen that I've been seeing having this conversation is I've just been very curious about what I view as an ideological inconsistency. And I get when we have our groups that we tend to like romanticize the things that we like and we ignore, certain other things. But what I see happening is that, and what I mean by ideological inconsistency is that I have seen so much vitriol and so many different things being ignored by the same group of men who like are blind to it, like they don't see it. They don't see, like all of this when certain domestic incidents happen. And I've seen men like celebrating it and men, just saying a lot of things that I'm like, man, this sounds kind of violent, right? But nothing is no outrage, no addressing in general. And so I'm not saying that it's correct, the reaction that some women have had, right? Or whatever. But it's like now we're feigning like we have all these morals now. Like, how do you go from it doesn't matter how the message applies. It doesn't matter. You guys are being sensitive. You just in your feelings. It shouldn't matter to, oh my God, we have to have morals. We have to have decorum. Like that's the main thing that I'm curious about. Like, how do you reconcile that ideological inconsistency? Like, why does morals all of a sudden matter now? When
Because the way you behave like you never had them. So
can I answer that?
Display some.
What was it? I'm sorry.
I would love to answer. The reason why morals matter is because y'all give birth at a 70% rate of children out of wedlock.
No, I'm saying why does it matter now in relation to this, but not with the things that I see coming out of the manosphere space? Like when it comes to certain things that are being said and the way that
what are the things being said? What are the things being said?
Like I remember, do you guys remember the Rajay Black situation? The guy who killed his pregnant.
Deleted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Deleted his pregnant ex-girlfriend and ex-wife.
In Maryland?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That's funny because I'm not trying to disrespect you because I literally was on two divestors platform, and that's the main thing they kept. That's like the go-to they went to every time Kevin Samuels. But can we go to the other guy who actually happened to be white that had a gun, that was a security guard, followed another was it Trayvon Martin? Followed him down, gunned him down, and he's walking around free. But I don't see black women beating his doorstep down and chasing down him.
No, see, no, you're misunderstanding. That's not my question. I'm not saying that anyone should or shouldn't. But what I'm saying is that what I saw in the space was oh, this is what they get. Oh, you gotta start up and all these. No. Hold on, let me finish. So all I'm asking is like if you yourself, I'm saying the same men who see that immorality, why don't you see that immorality as well? Like, why is one immorality acceptable because it's on your side and the other is a problem? That's kind of what I'm asking. I have to be like this part is worse or whatever. I'm just saying the ideological inconsistency. That's
well, I have to kind of reject that premise because you can, unless you can name me one talking head or one, tastemaker in the black manosphere that said that was okay. Because there's no one.
I can't. I actually ended up unsubscribing from the lead attorney's channel when that happened because of the way that it was handled.
But he advocated for that. He said it was okay.
He never said it was okay. He said
never said that.
He never said it's okay.
Again, semantics.
No.
Semantics.
No, he never advocated for it.
Never advocated.
Discuss something. I didn't say advocated, but it was justified. It was. I watched it. Is what I'm saying.
I was on the panel. I was on the panel, ma'am. I was on the panel.
He
so
never said it was justified. He never said it was justified.
If I may, in the explanation, you talk about the lead attorney on that. He was talking about in terms of the system pushing men to a breaking point that was unacceptable. Is that he said that you can be a victim of the system but still be a murderer. He did not excuse accountability from the man that he was talking about.
Right.
It was the fact that this dude was being put in a position.
The man said, "This is what happens." He said, "This is the kind of thing that happens because women play and women are doing." He didn't know nothing about those women. So what I'm saying is that you're cherry picking. No, you're cherry. Look, it's all fine. It's all
Sounds
fine.
like you misunderstanding. Let me clarify for you. Hold on. Yeah, you misunderstanding.
I want to be very clear. This is not like a issue. Like I'm trying to belittle like the events of that situation because I was on that panel.
Yeah.
I'm saying for the point of in the video of the gentleman that we're talking about that did and ending those women's lives. In that position, he was talking about. He was in his I guess his what you call when someone has like a letter before they pass away or something before they do something stupid. I forgot what it's called. But he said that
a dying declaration,
a declaration or whatever. It basically in the video he basically explained this stuff how you can drag into court XYZ, but from his child's mother and all these other situations to a point that it brought him to a breaking point. The whole thing where I came on to the panel. What I was talking about was that. What we're talking about before is men being pushed to a position where they do some crazy stuff. They're not. I'm not saying that excuse from accountability, but to a point of saying that we all can go insane. All it takes is one bad day. So we always hear about the bad days that women go through on a consistent basis to a point where you get assistance to the point where you actually get help during the times where you might be going through a difficult experience. But for that man, what he did the unthinkable, and he was not. I'm not saying he was excused of accountability. I just understand that man. He broke. And that's where I'm coming from, saying I understand why he did that.
Okay, let me.
No, hold on.
I don't agree with it, but I understood it.
Ask you gentlemen this question.
One second. Give me 1 second.
Okay,
can I say
hold on 1 second, guys. Thank you guys for being here. If you just came in, I just need to hop in the numbers. So, guys, thank you for being here. Go ahead and hit the subscribe like button. Thank you for being here. Join the conversation in the chat. If you want to, if ladies, if you got some smoke for these guys tonight, it's already. I see the smoke in the air right now. So, guys, you can go ahead and come on up, and I'll bring you up as we go. And we have someone coming up right after this, another young lady coming up right after this, and then another lady after that, and so on and so forth. Thank you, Savage in Recovery. He said, and I'm gonna pull up your chat real quick. He said, Cannon, he said you're capping. He said $1.99. Thank you for that super chat. But he did. But before we move forward, guys, I want you guys to see some things. Coach K, thank you for what you said earlier as well. But I'm gonna go back because I make sure I kept these. Savage in Recovery said, because of Kevin, I got married April the 9th. Lewis First says, KS helped me finish college last year and kept me in frame in so many real life situations this past year. Mika says, personal development says, I know this space. Yeah, somebody on the panel familiar with this young lady.
Stop it.
Okay. So as a married woman, come on, she talk about her man. Look at it. The one that's smiling is the one that she married to, guys. As a married woman who's logical and not lead by emotions, I was a fan of Kevin Samuels and appreciated his way of delivering his message. As a director of personality, I have no time for the fluff.
That's actually a twist because usually it's always be the men on my end of watching Kevin Samuels, because he made a comment earlier. He said, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't invested in Kevin Samuels, but my wife was.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
yeah. Okay.
Hold on. One more thing. Kevin Samuels' primary message will be clear 5 to 15 years from now when we see the surge of single women on the streets, and they'll remember Kevin Samuels' warning cry.
Okay,
that's it, guys. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask.
Well, let me make this one point.
Do you guys believe misogyny exists at all?
Wow.
Like, is there such thing?
Well, yeah, there is. Of course, there is.
Of course, there is.
Do you believe it exists anywhere in your manosphere spaces? Anywhere?
Well, of course, there are people in the manosphere that are misogynist.
Yes, you're going to have extremists everywhere.
Of course.
Okay.
But
do
let
you guys
me make this point.
Do you guys ever call that out?
Oh yeah,
yes, we do.
Yes, we do all the time.
Okay.
So can I make this point?
Can I make this point? An example, real quick. Just can you give me an example of something you consider misogynistic? Like just give me one example.
Sure. So you have the Anton Davis and the dude from Georgia where he was talking about his sexual escapades, and the Black Manosphere roasted his ass for a month straight. It was Anton Daniels. He brought him a lead attorney, and I can't remember the other guy's name.
The dude that.
Well, that was pedophilia. Yeah. I said misogyny.
You asked for an example, right? I'm giving you an example. right?
Yeah,
don't cherry pick, ma'am. Don't cherry pick,
ma'am. In this corner on this network, we call out misogyny all the time, and we disassociate from them, and we warn women, don't go over there. What?
Okay,
That's misogynistic nonsense. Don't even engage.
Another simple example.
Over here, we call that out.
Another simple example would be Gray Pill, the gentleman in the green shirt, checking Short Stack, right? For his misogynistic. Short Stack is the guy to the left of him.
What?
Okay.
I'm nowhere near misogynist. I see the shot you taking at me. That's all right.
And B100, let me add this one, Ms. Cannon.
Yeah.
If you come over here, I promise you, and this is for me and my homeboy right under me. This is like my brother from another mother. He's definitely a big advocate of that. He's always been fair and straight and narrow. Every Sunday, he does his stream as a hobby. I does mine every Tuesday and Saturday. On this panel right here, I can put everything I love on it. Every Friday, especially on Barbershop. Us as a men here in this space as a whole, we check each other. More so behind the scenes.
Okay.
More so.
So do you think that there was any misogyny in any of his messaging? Any of it? Just a little bit, any bit at all?
I would go back with Ghost in the Shell. It was his, to me, I'm gonna be honest, it was just like his tone. I wasn't 100% a fan of his, but he had some truth to it. It was like that. Every woman that actually agreed to him, they all said it was that first initial shocker, right? And then afterwards, then they'll listen to him if they chose to tolerate the listening part. The same thing, like, I don't know if you're married or whatever. I'm sure your husband, y'all got together. I'm sure he probably said something to you. You like jerk back. But when you took the time out to listen, like, okay, he has a point. Maybe I'm doing something that's a little bit off a little bit. Maybe I need to learn just a little bit.
No, I don't care about the crazy talk. Like me and my husband talk.
No, I'm not saying crazy talk. I'm not saying crazy talk. Again, we're conflating the two with crazy versus. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just let me say this one thing. Sure. You are absolutely right. There were quite a few things he said that were misogynistic. Nobody on this panel was saying the dude was perfect. Right.
That's really all I wanted to acknowledgement on. I don't agree with your statement and bash. I just what I'm saying is I would just like for us to have a genuine conversation about why, like, okay, like you guys, you call out misogyny and things like that, but you're still going to be affected or receive misogynistic messages differently because it doesn't affect you the same way. The same thing like with racist messages, like white people will never accept racist messaging or feel the same way about it as we as Black people are going to hear it. So it's kind of the same thing with misogyny. So all I was saying is that you guys have the luxury to kind of overlook the misogyny for the message, and that's all I just wanted to let
I never overlooked anything negative. I never.
Here's the thing.
Country in the world, and America is a gynocracy. Women lead in this community. Stop, please.
And here's what's wrong. Here's the problem.
Hold on. Wait a second.
Right. And which part of politics do women lead? Let me finish my point. This is what
Kevin Samuels brought that 100% raw, uncut China white yayo from Thailand, and you took a hit and you dropped dead. But the man was bringing the raw, and I'm going to leave with that.
I didn't take a hit and drop dead. I just said that he did have some misogyny in his message.
Okay, but here's the issue. Hold on, fellas. Here's the ultimate issue with that, though. Okay. Now, if you're asking us, do we think he's misogynistic because you're trying to vet us on the panel?
No.
Fair enough. Hold on. Fair enough. I'm all for that.
Okay.
But if that's not the case, there was absolutely no reason for you to bring that up. Like that was a moot issue.
What my reasoning was, I just wanted to say that I think that's where a lot of the disconnect is coming from in the conversations, because I feel like the misogyny is being ignored when a lot of women don't want to ignore the misogyny.
Okay.
Well, misogyny is irrelevant.
Give me an example of misogyny from Kevin Samuels from your perspective.
Yeah, but also Jedi.
One mic at a time. Let Jedi question get through.
When he said that Black women were the most unattractive of all races of women based on the symmetry of their face and all those other things, and that they're beginning to look more masculine. That was misogynor. Actually, it was anti-Black and sexist thing to say.
Take a goalpost, please.
Wow,
Bernard,
that's what he said.
Go ahead, Bernard.
I know, but that's not the issue.
So before she came up,
it's not an issue for you because he wasn't talking about you. But what I'm saying is, if someone's going to say,
before she came
that beauty is not subjective, it's objective, and say objectively, Black women are the least attractive out of all other women, and they're looking more masculine. That's a pretty that's misogynoir.
It's just you missed the entire context of
all right, let Bernard go, man.
Go ahead, Bernard.
So I was going off of her original thing she put in the chat. I think it was you. I'm saying sister, out of respect. You thought men were real? Was that you?
Yeah, I said let's have a real
okay.
conversation.
So when his daughter came out and said that was just my dad and we had to deal with it at the house, I don't know what more anybody wants. Because hold on. Let me finish because I have this conversation with my wife all the time and other people. Don't ask me to be real and then you can't handle it. Everybody's not going to deliver it the way you want to. Every last one of us up here is going to, even you, is going to give somebody some truth. We're not going to deliver it the same.
Okay, what do you guys hear me saying right now? Let's do that. What do you guys hear me saying?
I hear you bringing up an issue that has nothing to do with the value of the man's content, meaning his point. Here's the thing. You're focusing on the trees and not the forest. You missed the entire point. No, hold on. You missed the entire point. No, hold on. You're missing the entire point of him saying that or his content. You know what I'm saying? He's telling Black women, here's how the world sees you. This is why this is yet another reason why you need to do better. He's pointing this out.
You have to fix your facial symmetry and stop looking like a man.
He said this is how the world sees you.
Please stop over talking.
Right. He's saying
you're really making a point of his what he's saying right now. You because every man. You went through like 4 conversations that everybody's saying, and then you're cherry picking one thing with a misogyny, like you're trying to make a valid point. So it's like if we all agree to that, when you run off, you'll come back like, I got him, guys. No. I got him, girls. So that's what I'm seeing right now.
No, but I'm just saying.
One second, because
one mic, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
So one thing I don't understand, you say that he said that he called Black women unattractive and that's misogynistic or misogynoir. First and foremost, the problem with your example is this. He never said that he hated women by saying, let's say, even if that's true, he never said he hated women just because he called them unattractive. So by definition, your example is wrong. So what I'm getting from this conversation is, obviously, you have a bone to pick with Kevin Samuels, and nothing we can say or do is going to change your mind, which is fine. But on the same, and so I will respect that. I won't try to change your mind. But on the same token, in the spirit of conversation, right? Please accept our answers as well. So and just don't overtalk us. When we say our point, then you can disagree. We disagree. Okay, fine. But over talking and trying to browbeat us and beat us down is not really going to get us anywhere. So
I don't think she's trying to do that. I don't think she's trying to do that. Let me make this one point. What I think is happening here is the reason why there are beauty salons and barbershops. Because we talk at each other. We bounce ideas off each other. But I do like one thing that I forget who it was that I was watching, but he was giving a talk about what he learned from Kevin Samuels and how he saw Kevin Samuels. He said the reason why Black men and Black women don't get along, and the reason why there's such a differing of opinion on Kevin Samuels' message is that a lot of women, they look at men and they want men to understand shit like they girls do. And we don't. We don't.
That's true.
You want us to be emotional and say, yeah, he was misogynist. He said some shit that was, we can quibble about. But can I say that brother ever told a lie? No, absolutely not.
Especially when there was one caller that said Black women is my enemy. He checked that shit real quick. He said, "Are you kidding me?" Did you watch that stream?
Yes, I heard that as well. See, the thing is that I did hear his message in his totality, and I do want to address the gentleman on the end for a couple of things. The first thing is I don't have a bone to pick with him. That's not what I came up here for, to pick any bones, right? I just wanted to. That's why I said I was trying to have a conversation. I'm not trying to have an argument. I was just trying to explain something, right?
But hold on.
And I was trying to explain just differing perspectives, right? Because we all have a different perspective. We're going to see things differently because we go through the world differently, which gives us different experiences, which makes us look at things differently. So, like when you said that he didn't say he hated women. That is not how misogyny or misogynoir works. Like just like a person to be racist, they don't have to say I hate black people to be like, oh, there's racism right there. But that's where I think the blind spots come into play, because it's like the same thing with people will say I'm not racist, but then we literally see things that they say that since they're not saying I hate black people, they don't understand that the things that they're saying are racist because that's not their experience. It could be the same thing sometimes from you guys' perspective is what and I understand it because it's not your experience. So you may have a more difficult time seeing that. And that's all that I was saying, that I think that that's what I meant about let's be more honest. Like just don't dismiss it and say, oh, it wasn't that. Oh, there was none of that. It wasn't that big a deal.
We didn't
Good
dismiss
point,
anything.
but a shaky analogy. Good point, but a shaky analogy. I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
If we were women, we would understand it as misogyny.
And
we're not women.
But and as men, here's all I'm saying. Here's all I'm trying to say.
Right.
Here's all I'm saying is all I'm trying to say is don't harp on that kind of stuff, the nuance and the little things, because when you do that, it's real easy for you to miss the overall message. Get the message first, and let that soak in. His message, understand the message, and ignore the rest of it. His delivery and everything is. That's why women are like, it's his tone, it's his delivery, and men are like, so what? Did you hear the message? Because the message is the important part, and we just don't want. I don't personally. I don't want you and other women, especially sisters, because I want you to do better as well. I want you to get the message and ignore the rest of it. Please ignore the rest of it. Was that misogyny his message? Of course it was. I mean, a lot of it was hyperbole, but I mean, we'd be lying if you said there wasn't. But the thing is, don't lose the message is all I'm asking.
No, I understand that. But all I'm saying is that is an easier thing for you to say. And for me personally, I know other people are talking about tone and all of that. So I understand why you're saying that.
Are you checking them when they say tone? Are you checking them? Are you
like I don't like and I always say I don't have an issue. I've never had an issue with his tone. Like you said, like I'm from the south side of Chicago. So we're
I don't know what that means. I'm from Jersey.
South side of Chicago.
Yeah, like we're direct. What that means is that we're very, like right now I live in the South, so there's a difference. Like we're very direct. We don't sugarcoat anything.
We're in the South.
But we got two. Wait, hold on. This is a coincidence.
We got two folks in Chicago.
We're in the South.
We don't hear from Chicago side by side right now.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
And we're in the South. You live right
now.
Snow
in Chicago.
So
don't like snow.
So there was nothing.
Oh, is that Chicago?
In his tone, because like you say, I mean I grew up around men like that. I have brothers, I have uncles. I actually have relationships with me. Like I talk to me. This is why I say it's important that we have conversations instead of like somebody on here said talking at each other.
We have no problem with conversations, but the issue is like right now, if you go back on the replay, when you ask us questions, we didn't come out of frame. But when we gave you the answer, you're doing the head nod, and I'm like, that's
talking over us.
Yeah.
And you're talking over
us. That's a lot. And you're married. You winning. I know rings on my finger. You over me. You know what I'm saying? You doing your thing. You good. You winning. You got legacy going on. You know what I'm saying?
Winning in life.
Yeah, you good.
I'll just put it this way. There's a lot of background that we would never have enough time to like discuss all of the ways for you to understand like exactly what, you know what I'm saying, where I'm coming from or how I feel about these things. I've given them a lot of thought. And in a small amount of time, it's really difficult to hash them out. I agree with that. But the main thing that I was trying to say, like I say, I'm not here to bash him. I didn't have a bone to pick with him in that degree, but there was something there that I think needs to not be dismissed. And you guys say you aren't dismissing it, and so I accept that. Well, but
let me say this real quick.
I think I see it generally being dismissed, and I just think that in order for us to have an understanding, we have to kind of meet in the middle somewhere. That's all.
And let me say this real quick to you, Kenan. You know, I like to have conversations that nobody else like to have, right? That's the motto of this entire platform here. And so what I'm willing to do next week, we're talking about tithe and offerings at church scam. Fiction. That's Tuesday. So we're not going to do it this Tuesday. But what I suggest to you, that's the 16th. What I'm suggesting on the 23rd, when I do Talk That Talk Tuesday, let me create a platform, because a lot of women say black men just don't understand. So I'm going to do a show, and it's going to be called Understanding the Black Woman. Would you want to be a part of that?
I would like to do that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay, absolutely. So email me at blackmanunfiltered@gmail.com. I'm going to set that show up, and I want to see How many black women show up? I gotta vet first. Goddamn, I can't have
Genesis in there too.
I can't have
please don't.
I can't have divestors.com on here. But I'm just saying,
No.
just have black women on here that are married, some that are single, that are looking, and just see where the disconnect is.
Disconnect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would that be okay?
I would love to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So email me and I'll set it up. Hey, Sheree, you're welcome to be here as well on the 23rd as well. I mean 24th. I'm sorry, the 24th. That's a Tuesday. On Talk Tuesday that Tuesday. So we'll do that. Okay.
Yep. But I just want to say thank you for having me up.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys
and thank
for
you
hearing
being
me
brave.
out.
Where you going?
Where you going?
Appreciate you, Kenny.
Don't leave because it's getting hot.
Yeah.
Let me say one thing.
I can stay. I just want to give everybody a chance. I don't want to try to dominate.
We got to keep it going, Ghost. We got to keep it going, Ghost.
Listen. That's what I'm getting ready to do because, like I tell y'all all the time, I'm an old ass man. It's my bedtime. I'm getting ready to bail and let somebody else come up here. But I just want to say one thing, and I want y'all to try and keep this in mind.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I'm from Chicago, but now I'm in Fort Worth, and you got to understand. Everybody, and there is no such thing as black culture in America. Because people,
whoa.
Listen.
I'm saying you in Fort Worth, what?
Right there on the Fort Worth Saginaw borderline, right there on the by Lake Worth. That's me.
I know. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay. Go ahead.
Anyway, listen. People from New York, black people from New York think differently from black people from Mississippi. Black people from Mississippi think different from black people who live in North Dakota because there are those of us there.
Right.
Black people in Nebraska different than black people in Seattle or black people in California, right?
Black people in Alabama too.
San Diego.
Yeah.
So
because black people from Alabama and Mississippi think very differently.
And this is the point. This is the point. We are never going to see exactly eye to eye on everything. Some of us is going to quibble about delivery. Some people don't like the way I deliver things, but I don't care because I think I'm telling the truth. If you don't like it, keep it moving. Click off. Go to another channel or listen to somebody else because I'm giving you my truth. And with that, I'm up. And I love to all of y'all. Holler at y'all later, fam. I'll catch y'all on somebody else's show or if I come here next week or whatever. But I'm going to make room for some of these people that's in the back saying, man, y'all shut up. Get out the way and let me say something. I'm up. Love y'all.
All right, man.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you.
So same thing to you. So
thank you, man, for showing up. Thank you.
She'll hear me.
No problem.
But yeah, so guys, thank you. Sheree is in the building tonight from the shop.
Yes. Great.
What's going on? What's going on?
How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good. Before you go, I want to shout out to. Hold on, I had two of them I think here that popped in. Give me just a second.
You look good.
You look good. You look good.
Hey, Sheree, this is my first time meeting you. How you doing?
Hello.
Here. I'm well.
Right, let's see.
Okay,
so I got a super
chat.
No, I'm introducing myself because I've seen her on. I've seen her. She knows Black Man Unfiltered.
Beta,
but I've never met her.
She's in my intro
What's
video.
wrong? You see, I'm beta for introducing myself.
No.
She's in my intro.
Nobody asked you on that.
Did they have to?
Derek Spina said, "Stop saying misogyny. He didn't hate women. He critiqued the behavior and presentation." Thank you, Derek Spina, for that $5 super chat, man. I appreciate it. All right. What you got going on, Sheree? What question do you have for these wonderful men of valor?
Well, I actually came because I saw you live, and I haven't spoken to you or been on your panel in a long time, and I miss you. I miss Deadeye, and I love the panel, and I love
miss you too.
And doing your thing, and I appreciate you guys. And I saw the topic, and I think that I have a interesting perspective.
Keep it on.
Okay, go ahead.
Here, we're good.
Okay, so I do see a lot of the disconnect when it comes with Kevin Samuels between black women and black men, because there are some black men who put him on a certain pedestal that is unhealthy as well. So I think a lot of times when it comes to the black women who can't hear him and the black men who put him on a pedestal, in between there you get a lot of bumping heads because, like they say, you get, you got one perspective and you got another perspective, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. So I think that with Kevin, what he did was relieve the eyes off of the truth between the relationships between men and women. And just like how, so you guys see Kevin Samuels and just see the message he's able to do that, right? In the grand scheme of things. As women, we pay attention to details. So it's not going to be the same at all. Now you got some women who are going to see the bigger picture because maybe they didn't fit certain categories, or maybe they didn't, or maybe they just didn't get sensitive to what he was saying. Whatever it was, they didn't look at him as one of those things to really be tripping about. Because to be honest with you, my first time seeing him was Abbott at Best. But I saw the full 23-minute clip and I didn't see the 7 seconds. So I got to see the full conversation and I ain't think nothing of it. I was like, well, he said what he said and there was a lot of truth to it. So shit, it is what it is. And I kept going on about my day. It wasn't a big deal to me. And then all of a sudden he blew up and became famous. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, I started following him and I'm paying attention to him. I'm like, okay, because now he's getting a lot of attention. Let me see what he's about. When I found out that he used to talk to men, I was like, I'm going to be honest. To me, that's his best work, in my opinion. And the reason why I think that is because I think men can receive his message better than women. I think women aren't going to be able to receive his message the same because, all right, you know how when men go into a store, right? And it's a furniture store. Oh, baby, yeah, let's just get that couch. It goes with the color scheme. It's, you got this, you got that. Don't forget the brown couch. You go with that brown chair. And she's like, yeah, but look at this. This is not going to work. And she could see all the details of that chair and the reason why it's not going to go with that couch. You don't care. You just see a brown chair and a brown couch. Women are not going to see that. See, it's not just the man spewing his opinions. It's the man spewing his opinions with a bunch of black women calling from just a black point of view, and his delivery is harsh, right? Mm-hmm. We don't receive that. A lot of us are growing up not being able to hear that blunt honesty. The barbershop talk has never been open until Kevin Samuels came around. To the public, to the grand scheme of things. Now, it's been around in Mansfield, it's been around for a while. But in the grand scheme of things, we never got to see the barbershop talk. I don't know how many times I went into the barbershop and wanted to walk right out because I felt uncomfortable because I felt like I was walking into the men's locker room. Mm-hmm. It's just the way men talk is different the way that they talk. So I think that connection is, unfortunately, I think we're not going to really see, people are not really going to understand the beauty of Kevin Samuels and what he really got. Nah, his delivery was fine for men, but it was necessary. I'm not sitting here saying that what he did was not necessary, Brittany. It was absolutely necessary, and I'm glad it happened because I think it really taught. If you as women are unable to see that there is a truth that men carry that we have never been able to hear and don't get to see that beauty in it, and you're sitting around single trying to figure out why you can't connect to a man, but you can't listen to a man speak his honest truth, you're gonna forever be single, sis.
I'm gonna say this real quick, and because I know I see Primal and Bernard is taking notes, so I'm gonna let them two go at the me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number one, what you just said, and no disrespect to Kenan, I think that's what she was trying to say, what you were trying to say right now. And you said it so perfectly. Okay. Nobody's not disagreeing with you. You're not pandering. You're not trying to take some biased judgment or anything. You're saying, hey, this is what I actually took the time out to see. That's the only thing we saw. And if you saw some truth to it, great. Take it and run with it. If you're not going to see 100% of gold in glitter. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much how we see it from there. Primal, if you had anything, brother, and then Bernard.
The Bernard, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole list of things, but
yeah. All right, before you get that list, let me get this super chat.
Hashtag notepad gang.
We got $2 from 2 Cents Uncensored. Thank you for that. She said that Jedi put the glasses on his nose again. Laugh out loud. So thank you for that super chat. We got one more.
Worth every penny.
Yep, and we got one more. It was real funny. Say, Savage in Recovery. He said that. So if Kevin said white ladies have flat butts, is that the hatred of women? Oh, and he's a white guy. So what? So Savage in Recovery. Anybody want to answer that? And ladies in the chat, answer that.
I think that's different though.
Really?
Man,
I don't like flat butts.
Ladies have flat butts. Let's keep it real. I mean, I live in that community. Let's keep it real. There's a lot of flat asses out here. If they don't hit them squats, I just can't. Yeah.
So I hear you guys with saying that white women are not
And you took a
okay.
sip with the pinky
Saying
out.
that white women have flat butts, it's almost like pointing out an iron board. No offense, but it's like, you know what I'm saying. It is what it is. But saying that women are not symmetrically attractive is almost, it's like calling us. Black women have always been the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to attraction. So to say that symmetrically our faces are not made to be beautiful from a black man sounds like a jab.
To be fair,
it's not just it's because attraction has nothing to do with sex. Attraction is really what you're attracted to. That has nothing to do with facts. That's perspective. It's a fact that her butt would be flat. It's not a fact whether or not her face would be unsymmetrical, unless you're trying to come up with a reason to say why our faces are not symmetrical. That's different. That's symmetrics versus opinion. I mean, facts, if you ask me. Because telling a black woman that she is, telling any woman that she's not attractive, you're hurting her. Because that's one of the things that allows us to get your attention as men. You guys are visual creatures. So if you tell me that I'm visually unattracted to you and you're all I'm trying to get, you just told me and there's nothing I can do.
So what's the issue with men? Because women do it to us all the time.
That say that men are unattractive?
They judge us on our features all the time.
Yep.
Oh,
How tall are you, bro? How tall are you? Because if you're not 6 foot, it's over, right?
Yeah.
Right. Like, take for instance, I'm the shortest person on this panel.
5'4".
I'm 5'8".
Oh.
I'm 5'8".
No.
And I get turned down. I get turned down by women who are looking for guys who are 6 foot all the time. But I approach them like I'm 8 feet tall. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter my confidence. Doesn't matter my game.
Yeah.
I would get turned down at 5'8". Now look at me. I got thick skin. It doesn't bother me.
But
I understand that that's my lot in life.
Yeah.
I'm 5'8".
And in the dating world, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. I literally have women told me they prefer a white man over my ass. I didn't get offended. I said, okay, thank you. I took that L and I moved on.
Look at
and I've been right. And I've been told.
We have these conversations.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, me and Prima had these conversations.
Right. And I've been told. Hey, check it out. Let me get this one out. I've been told by not one but several different black women that they think I should go find a woman for another race.
Yeah. You know how many of them tell me I see you with white women.
I can't.
You know
I can't
how
tell
many
you
times
how.
it's told me that.
I can't. It's happened to me so much. I can't even tell you how many times it's happened. You should be able to. Well, don't get a white woman because don't want you with a white. Don't want to lose you to a white woman. But find you a nice Asian woman or a Latina.
Yeah,
I've been told by so many black women. It's ridiculous.
If I may, I just want to say this. Number one, Kevin did not say that all black women are ugly. He was talking about the Fibonacci equation. I know you're not saying that. I know you're not saying that.
We're speaking in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Could I respond to what he said? Because we were talking about
I haven't even finished what I said yet.
No, not you. She's talking about
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't see
you
it.
gotta talk. When you talk, you gotta talk downward because he's so short. The sound waves can't really reach him.
Bro.
Height shaving. We're height shaving now. Height shaving.
Finish him. Okay, go ahead.
So
Lily cut you at the knees.
He can't reach him. I'm too short.
That's a low blow if she cut him at the knees. I mean,
yes.
Hey man, come on, y'all. We being short tempered. Okay, go ahead, sure.
Oh, I apologize. I thought we said
Go on.
So what I was gonna say, I think that's also different because men's options change based on what they have. Women's options change based on how they look. So it's not gonna be the same. You're not gonna receive a jab at your looks the same that we're gonna receive a jab at our looks because my looks is the reason why I can progress in life. Your looks don't.
So the fact that I've had black women call me ugly to my face, that
has
no bearing. It don't mean nothing.
Let's check you out. Let's check you out.
Where is his
I don't
neck?
think I am. I've had black women. Look, the worst and most salacious things that I've been told to by a woman.
If you find Mandrell's neck, call 1-800.
All been come from black women. I've never even had a white woman call me the N-word to my face or anything like that. Nothing nasty. You know what I'm saying? Latinas, I've been treated by every race of woman except the sisters. But I see you all on here complaining when all the black dude did was tell y'all the truth. And that whole thing about him doing the whole symmetrical face and everything like that, he was trying to get you all to understand that this is how the rest of the world sees you. It ain't how he sees you. This is how the world sees. This is what Euro standard of beauty is. This is what it's based on, symmetry and all that. This is how the world sees you. This is how the world, by and large, sees beauty. He was trying to make a point and teach a lesson. But when he's trying to teach you a lesson, all black women heard was, he said we were ugly. It's like, no, this is what Eurocentric beauty is based on. This is how they see it. This is how the world sees you.
Right. And thank Derek Spinner for
Whereas
his
you sisters.
He said, hey, Nicki Minaj was pretty, and she's black, shaking my head.
Whereas the sisters, I've had several times, oh no, you're too short for me. You don't look good enough.
Yeah, hold on. No, good.
Paul Bennett, I
go.
emailed you the link, Paul Bennett. Check your email, sir.
Let Bernard go, then so he gets word.
Yeah, Bernard ready.
No,
can I go after Bernard? Because I really didn't.
Go ahead, Insan. I'm good. I'm enjoying.
No. Go ahead.
I'm good. I really have.
He said he enjoying the conversation. My bad. We ain't signing. Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead. We ain't signing. You good?
Okay. Yeah. So basically, man. Anyway, yeah. Kevin Samuels never said black women were ugly, and to the point at hand, or to the spirit of the situation, what makes black women unattractive is their attitude and mouth. Right, the constant sassiness, the indisposed predisposition, the attitudes, the coming to telling black men you should date a white woman. Because I've also had that. I have black women in China telling me that, like, yo, you go need to be with those Asian women, right? I mean, it's the constant attitude and how you approach people. People don't think black women are unattractive by their looks. People think black women are unattractive by how they treat other people. And I'll close with that.
Yeah, Primer, you had something,
and that's what Kevin said. And that's because I'm not even a Kevin Samuels fan, because I don't follow his message. I don't believe in a high value man. I don't believe that money is the thing that keeps relationships and marriage together. I believe in pedigree. So we very, very different.
All right, that's a whole different conversation.
I ain't trying
to have this girl headbutt you. Go ahead, Primal.
Okay. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there because I've been called the elitist several times. So I'm gonna leave it there. But it's really about pedigree.
So anybody else got any questions for Sheree before she leaves?
Yeah. So my question is, wouldn't you agree? It's not that people find black women physically unattractive. People find black women's attitudes and the way they treat each other unattractive. Would you agree with that?
I hope the sisters don't kill me.
That's sisterhood.
But no, it's the truth that a lot of us are not carrying ourselves a certain way. It's the truth.
So is that a yes or is that a no? Is that a maybe? I'm sorry, I'm retarded. I don't understand.
Yeah, we not
right. Appreciate the hesitation, but we got a yes. Primal.
Okay. Can we get a clap on this motherfucker?
Yeah, and also before we move on to Primal, I put a poll because I want to keep our chat engaged. And in the poll, it says, was Kevin Samuels misogynistic? And 81% said no, 19% said yes. So I'm closing that poll right now. We'll open up another one. Anybody got a question for that you want to put in the poll? We'll talk about it. Go ahead.
No, I just want to make sure everybody get around. So Prime, any thoughts, comments, whatever?
Yeah, it's a great discussion. Oh no, go ahead. I want to give the guest. She
So I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. The thing is, I think it's crazy. I don't know. That conversation I think is a little loaded, but our representation hasn't been the greatest. I will say that. What I did want to say is, I know you. I want to say, I don't know. I want to apologize I don't know what these black women were thinking. It's crazy and out of anybody's mind to ever tell another black man that he should date outside his race. That makes no sense. And to tell somebody straight to their face that they ugly, knowing damn well you was told that you would feel some kind of way. Mm-hmm. So I want to apologize for that.
Well, can I say this real quick before you go? Number one, the same way this is our because we always talk about men and women different, right? Mm-hmm. We're good. We take our L's, we move on. So I appreciate you just acknowledging this, the first part. Never apologize for other ignorance. Don't never apologize for nobody ignorance. You know what I'm saying? The only thing as general men acts is, like you just had that sisterhood moment, let that shit fly free. You know what I'm saying? So if you see another female, check her just like us men check just us like we check each other. That's the only thing men generally acts. You know what I'm saying? If you got a sister, cause somebody close to you, or another sister, if you see something that you know that they're wrong about, just the same way, because another girl was talking about the white and black. Just like we know, if you woke like you claim you woke, you know what I'm saying? Speak on that awareness. The same thing with the sisters. If you have that awareness and you woke on it, check them on it. But don't have that, oh, I got that sisterhood. No, you're wrong, you're wrong. I was always raised up, you're wrong. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Always been like that. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, not a woman. We're just asking for other women to speak to other women, because it's only but so much we can do. All we can do is check our own, and we do that daily.
Yeah. So, okay. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right, we appreciate you, girl. Thank you for being here, man. Coming back on Tuesday, because we're gonna be rocking on Tuesday.
Okay.
Same time. All right. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for being here.
Good to see you, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Bye.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's Sheree, man. Sheree is cool as a fan, bro.
She was on your intro. Like
she is on my
intro.
intro.
Yeah, that's why I introduced myself, because I'm a part of the Black Man Unfiltered Network.
You sound like a little beta though, but I'm just
beta. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you niggas kill me sometimes. Like, I mean, all I'm doing is say hello,
sir.
Hey, you know, I'm gonna take him back out. Hold on, just a second. I got something for his ass, because I ain't seen him in 3 weeks. Let me get something for him. Hold on. I got something for him. Hey, listen, so I'm gonna let Sheree, man. She came in and she had a good perspective. Let me go ahead and let me see my admin doing right now. Who you bringing up now? Okay.
Get the cam up, sir.
Okay, that's no problem for me.
Not you.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm chilling. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, man.
What question you got for the panel tonight, man?
Actually, I wanted to just say that Kevin was not a misogynist, right? I put the definition of somebody who was misogynistic in the chat, you know, just so we can speak some facts. I noticed for a fact, if you watch enough of Kevin material, Kevin wanted black men and black women to be married. I think we all can agree to that here. Kevin was a young Christian. He had been baptized at a young age and understood the importance of image. He understood the importance of black men committing, protecting, providing, right? So when we talk about Kevin Samuels, you know, I think a lot of people don't like his tone, but his tone don't matter if the end game is, can we get black people married? Can we actually get black people married? And, you know, out of everybody who was actually talking bad about black men, how many of them actually provided solutions? Actual solutions, not just talking, not just running your mouth, no, not talking about people that you don't know, situation that you don't know about. Let's speak facts. Let's have a conversation about how can we keep black people together under Christ.
You're right. Remember, good point, man.
And that's all I want. That's all I had to say in the memory of Kevin Samuels. I'm not about to take up too much of your time. Y'all see it. I'm almost 2 minutes in.
No, everybody got 5. Everybody got 5. He just didn't put it up the first 2 times, and that's why we good. So yeah, man. I appreciate your perspective, bro. I really do, man. But before let's see, anybody got any questions for D?
Mm-hmm. No, I've seen the comments that you mentioned when they brought up the whole thing with lead attorney, in terms of the situation with black men not calling the like behavior out and saying, well, you guys condone this because you see what lead attorney said. I'm like, it's not about in situations where we're not holding men accountable, and we're not condoning the violence of that what they're doing. It's the same thing like one of my oldest friends, he's majoring in forensic science, right? And one thing he does is like understand like criminology, understanding criminals or XYZ, right? And it's about basically understanding people, like what drove them to the point of doing those things. And I think that lacks in our culture as Black people, that we don't understand the people that we have a lot to say about, understanding what drove them to making certain decisions that they usually regret, right? Because then we understand perspective, that hopefully that leads to a solution. Like, so for example, when that gentleman was talking about that, it's saying that, yeah, he was drummed by the system of a child support XYZ. They were not saying we condone of him ending the lives of those women. We're just saying, man, we understand why he did it, but still, he's still a criminal. He's still a criminal. He's still a murderer. So that's, I think that what Black women kind of think, that distinction, that we're not acknowledging that, but really we're trying to understand the perspective of what men go through, that unfortunately us as Black, like a lot of Black women don't understand what men go through. So, yeah.
Right. Anybody else?
You know what I will say? I think you bring up a really good point. And I think that, the misogynistic word gets thrown around a lot, but I feel like a word that doesn't get thrown around a lot, that is equally powerful and is equally out there, if not more out there, is the misandry. I feel like there is quite a bit of misandry out there, but nobody really talks about that very much.
Wow. That's a good ass point, brother.
Because you're a man, you're supposed to be strong enough to take it, so it doesn't matter.
Mm.
Ninja had says not boot, but they was naked, so he picked.
No,
is Angela's time of being running the mile? Or what's going on here,
I wear a size 11. I wear a size 11, sir.
We got 30.
Okay,
man.
Just for the record.
Try to cycle these guests in like productions.
All right, so
and Primo, that's the one to the right of me, right?
Yeah.
No, the one that,
Yeah, Primo. The one thing I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna go and get out of here so you guys can bring up Canadian born. Kevin got rich in the last 4 to 5 years, right? In his 50s, he completely reinvented himself, and we see so many men complaining about women that they may not be prepared for today. Kevin went through 2 divorces and still came out in a situation where he provided solutions. And he taught people to reinvent yourself, right? So one day I may be selling cologne outside of Louis Vuitton stores, but in 5 years, I'm going to be one of the hottest names. Kevin, when he passed away, his name was trending higher than Doctor Strange on opening night worldwide.
Yeah.
So we have to, thank you, Jedi. We have to really pay attention to what this man impact really was. And it wasn't, his tone, it was the fact that he genuinely wanted Black men and Black women to be married. And truth be told, he was one of the few men in this space that provided an actual solution for Black men and Black women. I can see my time. Thank you guys for having me up here.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you, brother.
Hey, man. I appreciate, man. Appreciate Daryl.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate
you,
you,
man.
sir.
You take care, man.
You too, sir. Good night.
All right. So next, we're gonna bring up that guy. You know him. I'm gonna go ahead and give him his intro music, guys.
Rob B's asking for the link.
Yeah, Rob B is at the top. Go to the all the way to the
comment. We have mods. They're letting her know.
Yeah, mods, go ahead and put the link in for me. Appreciate it. Hey, so guys, I'm gonna go ahead and bring him up. Here he is. Let me give him his theme music. Let me turn it up a little bit.
Jedi, ready? Look, you got that shoulder twitch going.
What?
Oh, you was about to do.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from California himself, he stopped by way of Canadian. One of the members of 4 Forces in the building tonight. And we're going to bring him up. Everybody ready? Everybody be his background dancers. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, he looked just like him too.
I told you, yeah.
Come on, Climber. Come on, yeah. I see you. Come on, let's go.
Yo, he looked just like him.
I did the shopping cart. I did the shopping cart. And then I did the sprinkler, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it right there, boy. Get it. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let's give it up for your boy, Canadian boy. Come on, Canadian boy, hit a move. Shake the shoulders. Let's go. Hey, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Look so good. You look so good.
Canadian boy, you man, come on, man. You can't come in here like this and bring this. Oh, wait a minute. Jedi still going.
Oh!
I do the half part.
Yeah. Oh, man. See you, boy. Oh, my goodness, man. Hey, you cannot come in here and do that to us, man. Bringing your old group back, man. Full forces in the building and full effect of light, man. Hey, listen, we got one more person backstage. I'm gonna bring everybody up. I'm gonna bring not everybody up, but I'm gonna bring up the next person here, guys. I'm gonna start this. I'm gonna go back a little bit and keep the music going because I definitely want y'all guys to see who's coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, one of Canadian Boy's background dancers. Give it up for yours truly. Robbie has a question for the guys tonight. Come on in, Robbie.
Wait, you move to the left a little bit.
Yeah, move that camera.
Move to the left.
I am. I'm moving my camera right
now.
We don't want to see no thirst traps.
What happened this time?
No thirst traps.
Always a thirst trap.
Good man, woman. I ain't trying to go to jail.
We got two other people in the back right now. I've got a surprise for you guys that's in the back. The other person that's in the back, his intro music is going to tell it all. But we're going to let Robbie has a question for the panel. Robbie, give us your knowledge and understanding tonight, this evening.
You tried it. I think Kevin Samuel was a misogynist, and I think that's perfectly okay. I think it's perfectly okay for him to be whoever it is that he was. Like, what is the pushback? The man is not here. He's not here. Hello, can he hear you? Is he gonna respond? He's not here. Like, he lived his life. You know what I'm saying? He left a legacy. Whether people.
Do you have any idea how many cool points you just lost?
No, she's for 100. She's hitting 100.
All right, you gained a couple of them back because of the fan, but you lost a lot.
No, she's hitting home. He's gone. Stop talking about him. Live your life. That man lived his life. High fashion, high value, gave options to other men, gave options to married wives. He did Lily more in 2 years. The guy just, Darryl just said it. He reinvented himself twice. Yep. Twice. How many people could say that as a grown adult? People struggle with that in their 20s, in their 30s. He lived a full good life as young as he was. Yeah. Women and men. I'm sorry. I'm about to get on the roll.
That's okay. And he went out in he went out with a bang.
Yeah.
He went out doing what he wanted to do. God bless the dead. I don't know. What is the issue? He did great work according to some people. According to some people, he was a jerk. But what I want to know is, what is everybody that has all this commentary? What are you going to do? Are you going to fixate off of what somebody else did that's not here? Or you going to make moves? I'm confused. I don't know what I'm talking about, though.
That Robbie, you just hit the nail on the head, because a lot of people are just not going to have no content. But they won't do content in the first place, because I'm gonna do a show. I'm gonna do a segment on that, because reacting to a video is not content.
What's the gunfire? What's the gunfire?
Yeah, I'm finna give you some gunfire on that one, Doc. Wait on this. Here come the soldiers now. Here they marching right now. I see them down the street. God damn, I got hell. Hey, boy, you gonna need security when you leave here tonight.
I'm just saying. Well, I got the panel here.
Say it again. Repeat it one more time.
I'm gonna say it one more time. A reaction video is not content.
I gotta get it louder. I gotta get it louder. Because man, you just spoke a word. There's so many reaction videos.
Matrix.
There's so many
And what people are
celebrities out
already
here, my brother.
doing, what they already doing is still they grabbing all his videos now because there's going to be nothing else.
Yeah, he ain't gonna strike him. Yeah.
They're gonna strike him. But she hit the nail on the head. She said exactly what I have been saying. People are reacting to what Mandrell say, Raw B Privilege say, any of us say. That's not content. You what are you doing?
Shots fired. Here we go.
That's not content. I write every day.
Bernard, you keep speaking, brother. You keep speaking because I agree with you. I love original content.
If you like original
Give him the
content,
solo cam.
you need to watch Black Man Unfiltered. You can watch Lucky Marie. She has real subjects and content where people are not arguing. They're literally debating.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
When content is so good, you don't have people argue. Oh my God.
Come on, man.
People don't even realize it. When people have real content, you end up in a debate more so than an argument. I'm just saying.
Man, do you need an organ or something? Are you preaching tonight?
No, I'm just.
Let me give it to you. Hold on, let me give it to you just a second.
Raw B Privilege. Thank you for passing that baton, sister. Appreciate it.
Oh my goodness, what you preaching tonight?
I appreciate you.
No, because it gets old. Because I gotta ask myself. I gotta ask you guys. How did you feel when you left my channel? And if you feel all discombobulated, I haven't done nothing.
Yeah,
come on.
There's no work that's been done. When I see, you know, the gray pill, when I see my other brothers up here working, they have a purpose. You just have a purpose just to not to be. We have a purpose to be. We have a purpose to be. It's a difference.
No, they have
because
a purpose.
used to be and wanna be don't make honey. All right, I'm done.
No, they have a purpose. Their job is to be. I can't.
Man, that boy preaching
Y'all
tonight.
going to hell if you just
That boy preaching tonight. Somebody get that boy his bishophood. He preaching tonight. Come on, man. Bishop S. Come on, Bishop BS.
Bennett, Mr. Bennett, don't do that. Don't do that, Mr. Bennett.
Hey, Mr. Bennett, you muted, Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett gave some money. Look.
There you go.
To the plate.
Come on.
To the plate.
Come on, bring your offering to the altar. Oh! That boy preaching tonight. Come on, somebody. Man, Primal Studies took out his damn debit card. He said, take it. Take it.
Hey,
take it.
Unfortunately. Once again,
okay, I'm about
we're
to
talking
say.
about truth. We're talking about the mirror. We're talking about truth.
Yeah.
This is why we're the laughing stock of YouTube, because I ain't even gonna call them my cousins. The people in our culture are not doing content.
Be careful.
We're not doing content.
In that bitch.
I'm just saying.
Mandrea, Brittany B sent you a message.
They ain't putting on no shows.
Y'all stop.
They don't got no
What does it even mean? I don't have the context. What does she mean
Yes,
by
I'm
that?
gonna give you the $2 one.
The $2. Hey, he got two of something that's rare. Hey, one more time for Brittany.
Hey, they better not do that in church.
And this is, I'm gonna try to make this the last thing, but that's the problem. Also, is that a woman had to start this.
Yeah,
she had to start this conversation for me to get. That's gonna end with me. Because that's a problem. The world has been on the women's shoulders too long for the men that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Then the very few men like us that are doing it, we getting tired. And I'm getting tired of dealing with people that's not doing nothing. We can't roll. And there's certain content creators know who I'm talking to.
Exactly. Ain't nothing to let people go. Let it go, Elsa. Shit. I mean, shoot.
Okay, so listen, guys. I want to bring in someone else. Robbie, I don't want to be disrespectful to Sweetie Pie Honey Bunches of Oats. Do you have anything else for the gentleman tonight that you would want to express while you're dropping the kids off at the barbershop tonight? Don't you give me that face. Don't you give me that face.
You changed your hair? That's good.
She did.
I do have some honey bunch of oat in the back. I can get some.
Fuck
out of here.
Angela! Oh my God! And this for Black David.
Asking you a goddamn thing.
Okay, go ahead, Robbie. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What are your thoughts about men not having sex at all with women they don't intend to marry in order to reestablish the Black family?
I'm good with it.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because men got to stop skeeting their sperm into trash cans.
You can't give your seed as freely as though if it was water. No.
You're going to end up with a woman. You're going to look down at it. It's going to look like a whale carcass. You still going to make love to it. And men just got to start looking at women like women are going, like, look at women's bodies. Look at women like they're going through rigor mortis.
You turn those women to men of God.
Decaying, and you're the only person that can bring life something. Just something. Make up your own thing.
A whale carcass.
A whale. I said a whale carcass.
You said a whale.
What
do y'all be going through? What is that?
No, I think a lot of men have seen vaginas that look like whale carcasses.
Oh, you talking about the blue waffle?
Yeah, the blue waffle. There you go. There's several names for it.
You're gonna have to educate me on this. I feel like I just came into a whole new land.
Google that one. Private Google that one.
What's going on? What's going on here?
So anyway, guys, really back to the subject.
You're right, Robbie.
We want to have a little fun, but Robbie, do you have anything else, sweetheart?
No.
We love you.
All right, you kicking me off the show now? I know.
I'm going to kick you out. I'm going to kick you out. I love you. Go in there and cook us something. We're hungry. We need a sandwich.
Oh, okay. Make sure you check out my video on female assassins today.
Hell no!
I saw your homemade ravioli. That was so good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nah, y'all told her to make a sandwich. Go ahead, Robbie, run.
Yeah, I'm a chef. That's one of my professions. But shh, don't tell nobody.
Okay, do the fan one more time. Do the fan one more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good night, sweetheart.
Bye,
Lord help us.
All right. Like brisket.
The next person that I'm bringing up, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring him up. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, he changed his name and he put another name where his name goes. And tonight we're going to welcome in yours truly, Mandrell's Net.
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
My man, he Ricky Martin'd you.
Yeah, I love it though. I love it.
So
shout out to Black Man.
Tonight, Mandrell's Net.
Call 1-800.
Good, bro. You know what? I just found my other half, which is Mandrell. You know, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
You've been stolen.
Hey, man. Hey, listen, that was nowhere to be found. It was like the Bermuda Triangle. Now I found his little ass.
Okay,
you know,
now, Mr. Bennett.
Don't hate, Marcus. Don't hate.
Mr. Bennett, how you doing tonight, man? It's always so good to see you, Mr. Bennett. What's going on?
I am well. Good to see you, brothers, again. Good to see you.
Absolutely, man. I see you represent Boston, man.
Boston,
baby.
Boston.
I see it.
Hey,
So,
Mr. Bennett, yo, you got to go to the car. The car, man. Go to the car.
Yeah.
The car. Get the phone.
So what are your thoughts on what you've heard so far tonight, Mr. Bennett?
Well, man, it's good because everyone's kind of sharing their perspective on Kevin. I certainly found him obviously during the pandemic time, and I think the things I got most from him was I think how it affected me personally in my home, the conversations that me and my wife had, we would spend days just watching Kevin Samuels content and having just very meaningful conversations about it, just one another in terms of our marriage, our relationship, the roles of men and women, and the fact that I have 3 daughters, talking about, how did we raise them? Did we raise them to be wives, or was there anything we would have done differently had we raised them using some of the things that he was talking about? So I think it opened up a conversation. It opened up, since my daughters are all in college now, certainly the conversations that I've had with them in terms of how they vet men, or what do they see for themselves in their lives. It just opened up a level of conversation for us that we never had. So I think it was a benefit personally to my family. Didn't necessarily agree with him on everything, but certainly it was valuable content. And on nights when you could be watching anything else, being able to watch something that you can then have a conversation about, and we'd be talking about 2 or 3 hours after the content's over. I think that was a very positive thing. And again, shout out to Bernard talking about, the fact that some people create content and some people are just simply copying or trying to build a brand off another person's brand. That is so spot on. And so I'm grateful to Kevin for what he offered in that space. Again, things I would have said or done differently, some viewpoints I didn't necessarily agree with, but I think he was a valuable voice in these spaces, and I think given COVID and just a lot of things that were happening throughout the country, I think it was something that an opportunity that he was able to capitalize on, and I think a lot of people in this entire space, I think, are benefiting from that. And but the testament is going to be, because I think one thing with our community, unfortunate, I think it's unfortunate, is that we tend to idolize our heroes too much, or our martyrs too much. And you saw what happened in the 60s when you had in the 60s you had Malcolm and Martin died, you had the Kennedys died and whatnot, and then there was such a void in our leadership because people fell in love with the messengers instead of the messages that they were sending. And so we need to be going forward. We need to be mindful of take the messages that these men have come in point in time and have given us, and take that message forward. But if we fall too much in love with, and we want to put statues and memorials up to these men and women who sacrifice for us, we do ourselves harm in the long run. So again, let's think more about the message and not so much give respect to the messenger, but carry the message forward. And I think we'd be better off as a community overall.
Yeah, man, and thank you for that, man. I appreciate that, man. That was deep. Gregory Scotland, thank you for your $5 super chat. To the super sticker, thank you for that, man. I also got another super chat I want to call out here. I think it was 2 cents. I scrolled up a little too far. Okay, there we go. 2 cents uncensored. Thank you for the $5 super chat. If the word here moves you, drop some money in the collection plate. Cash App or super chat. Black Man Unfiltered Network. Denominational house of YouTube. I love it. I love it. All right, govern yourselves accordingly. I love it. I love it. Thank you, 2 cents. I needed that laugh, man. That was crazy. All right, guys. So I think that the title was your daughter. When you hear, because we've had some conversations so far, but when you hear Black women say your daughter Black, your mama Black, your wife is Black, and you still support Kevin Samuels, what is your response to that? Bernard, we'll start with you. Oh no, we'll go with Primal Studies first. Come on, Primal, give it to us.
So the beauty of it is I think it's universal, right? So Kevin, to my knowledge and viewing his content, he put out a universal message. It was to men, it was to women. It didn't matter your skin color necessarily. It was be the best you can be, get the best that you can get. And then if you're qualified to be there, then be proud to be there. Right? That was Absolutely. You take credit for what you've earned in this life. And He did push people. He asked, do you qualify? Right? He said that to men and he said that to women. Do you qualify for what you're wanting? Because if you don't qualify, don't be mad at the bank if you go and apply for a loan and your credit score is bad and you don't get the loan. Be mad at yourself for not qualifying for the loan. Do stuff to make yourself better to qualify for the loan. You should apply that same knowledge to relationships. You level up yourself if you want to have the relationship you feel like you should have. right?
Mm.
And competition's out there. You're not the only high value man. You're not the only beautiful woman. There's other people out there that you got to compete with. Know that, embrace that, and go make yourself the best version of yourself so that you can compete. So yeah, it's a universal message. Go be the best version of yourself, have a realistic expectation of what you qualify for, and then go get it because you deserve it.
Man. Woo.
Absolutely.
Hey, man, hey, go ahead, Dr. Bennett. I know you about to say something. Go ahead and respond to that because I see you over there. Hallelujah.
Well, as far as the answer to, well, you know, again, my mother's Black, my wife is Black, and again, I have 3 Black daughters. And I'll just speak for my mom and for my wife. More times than not, they mostly agree with Kevin. So again, it's you know, I didn't, you know, my wife and I, we didn't have a lot of arguments over, oh, I can't believe he said that or what have you. It's like, you know, and her mom, you know, because we had conversations about how our moms raised us. How did your mom raise you? And I'm sure a lot of the things that that Kevin talked about, certainly her mom would co-sign on. And so my answer would be like, yeah, that's pretty much exactly why. Is that the message was congruent with the values that, you know, moms of other generations have passed on, and certainly, you know, I've never had, you know, the conflicts that, you know, people have had in the marriage. I haven't had. My wife is you know, by and large is agreeable, respectful by nature. We've never had that argument or discussion over, you know, over roles or power tripping, or, you know, some, you know, she accepts the fact that I'm the head of the household, and while we may not agree on everything, again, her personality is simply to be agreeable. So we've never had that. So again, you know, the package that the message came in, you know, as was said earlier, may be distasteful to some women, but, you know, as far as the women in my life, they mostly agree with that. And one thing that my kids are not necessarily like their mother in terms of their temperament or personality. They're all very different. But you know, certainly they've been able to see a model of what, you know, what a successful marriage looks like. And yeah, I tell my kids all the time, you know, you have the most boring married married couple parents in the world, because we don't give you any drama for you to take to your friends and gossip and talk about. So, you know, so we model what works, certainly what's worked for us. And, you know, so my prayer is that they'll look at, you know, modeling after myself, modeling after their mom in terms of what makes for a successful relationship. But I think, like I said, I want to emphasize again, I think the thing that Kevin talked about on several occasions was the idea that it's not enough necessarily just to see your example, because you had a lot of successfully married people who will call into the show talking about how successful their marriage is, but their children weren't necessarily having success. And a lot of it was because there was an assumption that, oh, well, your kids will just get it simply by just observing you. And like I said, the ability to have the conversations, like to really get in terms of how you're really feeling about marriage and relationships, and what do you think is expected of a wife and what is expected of a husband. Those are conversations that now they're adults we can really have a deep dive into, and it's certainly created an avenue for us. So, you know, as far as the fact that I have these women who are, you know, that are in my life, most of the content, even with my daughters, they'll say he's extra. You know, it's always say, oh, he's so extra. But, you know, for a lot of them, they can't disagree with a lot of what they're saying, or they're saying, oh, Dad, he's kind of talking like you, but obviously I don't go at it the way he would. But certainly, you know, it hasn't been a controversy in my house, and I'm full of women. It's just my dog is the only other male influence in the house. So I'm around women all the time, and it just hasn't been an issue for us. So the fact that, you know, I have all these Black women in my life, yeah, and I think for the most part, the message has been congruent.
Nice. Yeah, you're muted, Black Man.
Oh, I was going to say the doors of the church is open. He always bringing us. God, my God. All right, man. So listen, what are your perspectives on it, Bernard S? What do you think when a woman says your daughter's black, your mother's black, your wife is black, and you support Kevin Samuels?
Well, I was my niece, so I was telling her things because for men to have daughters or nieces, and she stayed with us a lot, you know how the room looked. And I used to tell her all the time. I said, don't no man want to come home to no dirty house. You need to get it together. And I would bring her downstairs with me from the age 11 up until she graduated. She's in Army Reserves now, about to go in there as an officer in 2 years, Mandria. I will let you know when she graduates. But I would take her downstairs with me. So I'm going to show you how to cook because you're going to have a man one day. So we used to take applesauce and put it in the pancake mix and have apple pancakes. I said, that way you don't need a lot of syrup. One day we was out of applesauce, but we had apples. I blended it up and I showed her. What is she doing now? She got a man she's with, and she's always sending me pictures of everything I've ever taught her how to cook between my wife, her mom, and me. That dude stays happy. The house, the apartment, tight.
We're not going to just not acknowledge that.
Tight.
Great job, bro. Great job,
because I knew, just like Primal said, and all you brothers up here know, especially Mr. Bennett, all of us know, you're going to be in competition. You got to stand out from everybody. So being that you only like 20 years old and you cook like you 50, you light years ahead.
Yeah.
I say you got, my wife taught her so well, and her mom and her grandmother, she has a theme in each room in the living room for how she decorates. She tight, but we had our hands on her. And my daughter's the same way right now. So she gets her master's. She graduates this Friday coming up. She gets her master's. Same thing, Andrea. She was like, hey, Dad, I'm going in as an officer. I said, go, bye. You know, but I've taught them way before I even know Kevin existed. I knew what was to come, and I knew what I liked as a man. So I was able to tell them, hey, you might want to do this, because if you don't, I promise you, it'll be the chick that don't even halfway look as good as you. She just like maybe a 6, and she gonna get that dude that you should be having. And so when I say yes, I listen to Kevin Samuels. I just align right into what he said, you know. And I might have not been as harsh sometimes, and sometimes I might, because I'm just like, this is what you have to understand when you have daughters and men. But I'm gonna focus more on the daughters because that's what we're talking about. I know I only have a certain amount of time with her or them, and we all know the most time we ever spent with our siblings, you find out later on in life, is when you were growing up. After that, your parents, y'all don't have nothing to learn from each other no more. So I took it seriously. So I listened very well to that man. And I'm glad that I was able to see some things as a man to know. I told her the first thing, I said, I don't care how the man day is. I said, he does not want to come home to a dirty house. She took that. My daughter took that. And I'm good with it. So yes, I follow that man 100%. That's not misogynistic, because they'll also tell you in this house, if dishes are there, I'm gonna clean them too. But that's what I taught my son. So my son, I'd be like, when he the same way with his girlfriend. His girlfriend, like, he always watching this, because I taught him not to almost need a woman, because he knows how to cook too.
Absolutely.
So it was like, you're gonna learn how to survive with or without. And that's how. So yes, I follow that man. They can be black all day and beautiful, because that's what they are.
Man, I appreciate that, man. That was deep too, brother. And listen, we got another super chat in the building tonight. We got Ian Simmons with a 1999 super chat, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it so much. Hey, listen, we got some people in the back. Let's go ahead and bring up my guy Khalid. Khalid, can you turn your camera on real quick? I want to make sure I'm in. Khalid, if you're in the back, turn your camera on real quick. And when he does that, I'll go ahead and bring Khalid up once he turns his camera on. Let me see him real quick, and you turn him back off. And then we got Sir Hell Speaks in the building tonight. There you go. Sir Hell Speaks is in the building tonight. What's going on, my guy? Hopefully he'll be up soon. That's the hardest working man in morning television.
Black Satin.
Yeah. So
what did you say?
What did Full Force say?
Black Satin.
Black Satin.
Oh, Black Satin. Hey, and the Nigerian Sledgehammer. All right, they're on tour right now. They'll be. I think they're going to be in the South Side of Chicago, maybe late June.
Get your tickets now while it lasts.
Yeah, get your tickets now, and then I think they're going to be in Cape Town, Africa. I think they're going to be there.
Cape Town. That's wrong. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for that.
And do not walk up on them because Mandrell is doing the security. Walk up on them if you want to.
Yeah. I'm protecting all this black beautiful skin over here, these butt cheeks. You don't come over here and say anything to me. All right, so guys, we're gonna go ahead and bring up my guy Khalid is on camera. Let me go ahead and bring him up. Let's welcome Khalid. He has a question for the panel, and then we'll bring up the next person behind him. Here we go. Khalid Shakir Garvey, what's going on, man? How you doing tonight, brother?
You're muted, sir.
You're muted, yeah. Angelus?
Yes.
I'm doing pretty good. How about y'all?
Good, man. Good.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right, excellent. So I guess my question would be, if you all can see me clearly, I'm trying to stand with my phone. At what point do we decide on how this message is supposed to be given? Because I keep hearing this narrative of there's a certain way to say it, but it's not as if Kevin is the only person to say these things to women. He's not the only man. He's not the only black person. Black women have said it. But there's always this complaint that there's a certain way, and it seems to me that the hard-headed just don't want to hear it. And they're lying and using that narrative to cover up the fact.
Well, to be fair, if I could, the fact that there are so many hard-headed women who, it doesn't matter how you deliver the message, they're not going to hear it anyway. Them aside, in my opinion, the message is so important. Aside from cursing people out, it doesn't really matter how you deliver the message, as long as the message is delivered. Because the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter how it's delivered. You can spoon feed people with syrup and sugar, and they're still going to say it tastes like piss. You know what I'm saying? The people who are going to hear the message are going to hear the message. And the people who want to nitpick and say, well, you could have said it this way or that way. Okay, fine. Catch up when you can. But the machine keeps moving.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that too, because at the end of what you said people. So it's not just women and men, but we know more so with women have that same mentality. That as long as the message is out there, it's up for them to receive it. But because they have majority of them, a large majority of them have that much disdain for one individual, is sad. So my suggestion for the rest of the fellas out there, the single ones, keep having that message, weed them out, find yours, and move the hell on.
Right on. I agree wholeheartedly. Those who fall behind are left behind, but the machine keeps on moving. Catch up if you fall behind. Catch up when you can.
And to help him with that, to actually also piggyback off of what Mandrell said, so I can not give nobody no reason for what your question is. If you have a problem with it, there's a million ways and thousands, like you said, thousands of other people who are saying the same thing. So just, it's like you said, after you can hear it so many ways, if your grandmother told you in a whisper or whatever, you're wrong. If they're telling you what you're supposed to be doing, it's still going to be the mirror. You can try to sneak up on a mirror all you want. You're going to always see your reflection.
Ooh, wait a minute. Stop. Hold on a minute.
How about that?
The boy just said, the man just, look, there goes some more money. Yeah, I know what you want.
Can you say that again? Say that again real quick, please.
The boy just said, you can sneak up on a mirror all you want. You still going to get your, I got a mirror in here. The boy, did anybody hear the sermon? The sermon of the day was.
Oh my God.
The sermon today was, you can sneak up on a mirror, but you still gonna see. Can I add something to it? Bernard?
Come on, go ahead, do your thing.
You can sneak up on a mirror, but you still gonna see the person that's causing all the problems.
Like I said, that's why I said doesn't matter how the message is delivered. Short of cursing people out.
We're not just
You know
gonna
what I'm
hop
saying?
over the fact he just spoke in three
That's why it doesn't matter. Hold that mirror up. If they don't like what they see, they need to make changes. They do, not you.
Exactly.
Just get the message out. That's the important part.
You can put the poop in a pretty box, but it's still the end of the day.
Come on.
You're gonna open the box and it's gonna be poop.
Come on, man. Bishop Bernard in here tonight. We got Bishop Bennett in here tonight. What is a revival?
Here the problem.
Yeah.
Here the problem. What Kelly said was totally true. What Kevin Samuel be speaking about have been spoken about for more than 40, 50 years. The problem is a lot of these women got too much earwax in their ear and they start taking the Q-tip, taking out the earwax so that they can start hearing properly what was being said for the past 50, 60 years. Then they will understand. We be repeating ourselves like a broken record player, but since the fact that the tune is not your favorite tune, you decide to change the radio. They listen to something else.
Yeah, because everything ain't gonna fit everybody. Well, no, I'm sorry. Everything will fit, but you just don't want to wear it, right? If you used to wearing shorts and a t-shirt, and somebody brings you a button down in a suit, and you know it's going to fit and know it's going to help you, but you just want to do what makes you comfortable, and that could be staying toxic. That could be being the same person. You just don't want to. You don't want to address who you are. And again, back to the mirror aspect. You can sneak up on the mirror all you want to, but you're still going to catch a glimpse of the person that's causing all the problems. Khalid, did anybody else have any responses for Khalid? Because we want to help answer his question.
I would probably add that. I would probably say that again.
Someone's car alarm is off.
Yeah, that's on my end.
Someone's car alarm is off.
Car?
No, that's a retarded neighbor.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Ben. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, and again, you also have to understand the medium that you're presenting the message through. This is very different for something that's interpersonal. So I think one thing that we can certainly do with all of our different personalities here is taking the message certainly to those who we know privately. Like, one thing that Coach Mike Tomlin, the Pittsburgh Steelers, he always talks about, and I certainly apply to my home, that I treat all my kids the same, or I treat all my kids fairly, but not everybody the same. So my daughters, the way I may have the same message that I want to convey to each one of them, but because of their personalities, I convey it differently. You can do that in a personal space, but over airwaves, you have one megaphone. You can't tailor the message to everybody, but certainly for the men who've taken messages from him or those who presented these messages before, how you then tailor it. Again, this should be an opportunity for us to then start having dialogue with the people who are closest to us. So your sisters, your aunts, your co-workers at work. This is an opportunity where, because that audience, that temperature in the room, you can do that temperature check, but you can still carry the message. Now, again, they still may not hear it or receive it, but at least we have that opportunity to then tailor the message. But again, the coach is going to give us a play, and then how we go about, run that play. That's going to, there you can have the change in tone or whatever you need, but the message is always going to be the same. Just like, we have in church today or whatever. I mean, you're going to have a minister, he's going to drop the sermon. He may come with that fire and brimstone message. You may not have to necessarily pass it to the next person in the same way. But as long as you get the understanding and meaning of what was being said, we have the capacity to do that. So now let's take the conversation make it more personal with those who we know and have interactions with, and we know how they may take information. We can tailor it that way. So I think that would be a next step for us. Again, don't lose the message, but again, you can change the temperature based on who's in the room with you.
Damn. See what I'm talking about? It's a revival, bro. Khalid, did you get any questions answered? Do you feel differently about than you did when you first came in, or did you want to add to something someone said?
Yeah, I mean, just the overall perspective, that sounds pretty much what I was thinking, where you may have to tailor it from person to person. Mm-hmm. But I do feel it's going to be difficult because if you have a certain group of people who don't have any problem with the world seeing them tap dance on a man's grave and it hasn't even been dug yet, I don't know how receptive those people are going to be to a message, even as you try to tailor it to them. Because there's a deeper problem there where it's one thing to show your behind at home behind closed doors, but most of us are raised to know that you conduct yourself a certain way out in the public. And when you have people who will not just be happy a man is dead, but then say he deserved to die because of something he said, and then label it as karma. Meanwhile, we've got people who have done things to black folk going back 50 years. I mean, Emmett Till, the woman that said he whistled at her, she's still alive and kicking.
Right.
So I don't know where karma is, if it's on a lunch break, if he's sitting outside taking a smoke, but she's not on the job. And so when I hear these type of comments, it gives me pause because I'm looking at women around me in this country and thinking, well, if I want to have a family, who do I trust? Because how many of these women actually feel like that? Because what I looked at with Kevin and what was done to his name after the fact, I didn't see it as a problem with Kevin. I saw it as a problem with a man that looks like me, quite frankly, because it's usually how dare he have the audacity to tell us what we need to do, when the fact is you've never been held accountable for anything by anybody.
Damn.
And for me as a black man, I just want somebody to tell me at what point in time have we ever been able to go unaccountable? We've swung from trees for things we didn't do.
Wow.
So I'm trying to figure out why you're so mad at a man using a microphone, not touching anybody, to the point where you would have that type of reaction. That's a PR problem for those women. And I don't know how you fix it because the whole world saw you do it.
They gave him more visceral than George Zimmerman. Like they gave him more visceral than George Zimmerman.
Yep.
You know what I'll say? I think those women that were tap dancing on Kevin's grave, I think they did everybody a favor because they outed themselves.
Yeah.
They said,
I agree.
Don't come talk to me. You know who to avoid now. At least some of the people to avoid. Because to your point, Mandrell said it really well before. You know, there are going to be some people that get left behind. That's okay.
Absolutely.
Leave those people behind.
Wow. Man, anybody else? Man, y'all dropping some.
Oh, that's the best stream I've ever been on, bro. This is crazy. Yo.
Yeah, man. Angelus, go ahead, bro. I mean, everybody's.
No, I can't back that up. That was just golden. That was
man.
golden.
Mandrell's Nick, you got anything you want to add?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say.
Everybody dropping their bombs tonight, brother.
Man, I'm just gonna say this because I've only heard a few fathers say it. Because I'm not a father. I want to be a parent, but I'm not ready yet. I can tell myself in the mirror when I look at that and say, I don't feel ready. And there's no shame in myself saying that, but
Absolutely.
I've only heard a few parents say, hey, I don't want to raise my daughter to be a princess, because with princess comes entitlement, arrogance, and thinking that they deserve something without putting any work for it, just because somebody else bought it for you or somebody else was able to provide it for you.
Right.
And I looked at it and I'm like, because all my life growing up was, daddy's little princess or mama's boy. And I don't think it should really be like that, because then we get accustomed to being babied and nurtured too much. And I think that's the kind of economy now in the society we live in with these young kids now. And, when I said this before once, but there's a time when I was at the recreational center and I was playing basketball, and I heard one of these kids, a boy, he's like 17, 16 years old. And I heard how he spoke to his mom on the phone. He said, hey, yo, come get me now. Pick me up. I'm ready. Like in a tone and a manner. And I'm like, you talk to your mom like that? I asked him, and I knew him for a bit. And I'm just like confused, because it's like these things that we let go pass by, we think it's going to be small, but no. Like if you let things slip by, it's going to come back to bite you later when you're older, and it's just going to brew and fester like an infection. So, but,
Marcus, we know he's a comic relief. Promise studies said Marcus can't be a father.
Yeah, I get you. Hey, man, guess what, man? I gotta get that credit score. Like, once you go white, you get that credit right. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
Marcus, a 9-volt battery is like $487, man. I'll price it out for you. Give me your address and I'll send you one.
So Khalid, you still there?
It's been like 2
appreciate
weeks,
it.
bro.
I appreciate
I'm concerned about carbon monoxide getting you at this rate.
Hey, thank you so
And
much.
not to take the Mandrell's neck
you have
out.
Any more questions before you go?
No, I'm good. I appreciate your time. You have a
No,
good
man,
night.
no problem, man. Hey, make sure you subscribe. Come back, man. Like the video, and we'll see you next time, brother. We here every
I'll be
Friday
back.
at 8:30 Central Standard Time, brother.
Yeah.
All right.
Black Man, if I
Tell
go.
them about the other shows. Talk That Talk Tuesday and
Talk That Talk Tuesday. Well, he gone. He'll hear it. Talk That Talk Tuesday 8:30 and Mandrell on Wednesday at 8:30. Jedi Mike, you got to go to as well.
No, no, I just wanted to.
You want to say something? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to say something because we on a Wednesday show we were talking about this, kind of giving like a tribute to Kevin because we talked to him, and I don't know if anyone on this panel talked to him individually. Like I said, we have on the panel and stuff, and then even when after show, like where he is on when live the camera is on, and then we actually talked to us. He helped a lot of us out, especially like commending people for having effective like relationships with especially between black men and black women. But I wanted to see like especially the Vivica Fox with the stuff that she mentioned recently, and but also just us as a people, and I'm specifically talking to a black community. Black Lives Matter is just a fucking slogan to some of y'all. And what I mean by that is just that when you have someone, if black lives actually matter, then black accountability matters, right? When you my question to us as black people, when have we ever been challenged by our own before, right? We had Martin Luther King, we had Malcolm X, but we had Marcus Garvey, and yet here we are now, right? Isn't it different? And no, there can be figures in many parts of our life, even the years to come from now, not just Kevin. Is that when they take the risk to actually challenge our own people? Because I do believe in what Jordan Peterson said: clean your own room. We can make the excuse, well, other communities do this, Mexican communities do this, Asian community do this. This is my people, and yet for that, I'm gonna be more harder on us because I'm a part of it, right? And with that, I feel like we keep pulling punches with each other when we need to start whipping asses. Figuratively, because I'm just saying the fact that we have fallen out of order. Black women, we've fallen out of order. Black men, we've fallen out of order because we become so emotional. We lack our center in terms of who we are, and also when we accept mediocrity as a standard, i.e., our culture, what we consider to be what we allow, how we treat each other, how black men and black women, how we treat each other, we're not listening to each other, right? Because we're the only race of people who feel like we have to be in competition with our women, right? We're the only race who feel like, oh, well, black and white communities, they're like this. You don't see any competition. But in our community, we feel like, well, it's $1 billion corporation for us to be divided, right? And we're still feeding it every single day for years to come, right? The fact that when you talk about the biggest thing to destroy the black family is take a black man out of the home, but yet the most dangerous thing to the government is a black man who knows what he's capable of. But Kevin Samuels knew what he was capable of, and what he was talking about was one thing that still stuck to me to this day was black men, you belong. You belong, right? And talking about, you deserve a seat on the table, but also showing your work. Because like we have a lot of people in this space, not in YouTube, just in life, who just want to have talk things, but have nothing, and when they reject the process, becoming full forged men, right? And so I just want to commend at least what he did was that he challenged us as a people, which I feel like we need to do and not take offense to it. Yes, the truth hurts, doesn't mean we were given it.
Man, thank you, Jedi Mike. Listen, man, listen. After listening to you guys, man, I mean this. I know we joke around a lot, man, but man, just this dialogue tonight, man, is I'm with Angelus on this one. There has been a lot of knowledge dropped tonight, and whether you like it and whether you don't, these men are speaking from not only anecdotal experiences, but speaking from communities that they probably lived in. Right? We had Bernard S. talking about how he's taught his niece and how he's taught his son to wash dishes, right? And now that sticks with him. We talked about primal studies, reflected on what Mandrell said, that you can't see, everybody ain't gonna come. Everybody can't come. And Mandrell took a lot of hell for that comment. They drugged the hell out of Mandrell for saying that. Everybody can't come. What do you mean? What do you mean everybody can't come? Yeah, and he was like, everybody can't come. Angelus, he was just speechless tonight. He's just, look at him. He's in thought right now. He's got a whole lot of stuff processing right now.
Yeah, it's
Mr.
crazy,
Bennett dropped a whole lot of bombs. Primal Studies then came in here and dropped some bombs. I feel like we're doing the last 7 sayings right now. Go ahead, Jedi Mike. Then
if I may, I'm just saying,
right
I'm the
after him
youngest
when he gets done.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot we ain't signed in the back. Damn, my bad. Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
can
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
I said, no, I said because I'm the youngest person on this panel here, and I'm just asking you guys that, as when the whole saying, the fact that we don't hold each other accountable, which you guys know, especially when this live stream is over, that's totally not true. Like in the back end and what we do, and I asked you guys, like, do you have any issue with what I just said there? Because I feel like just as a people, we're not challenging ourselves as Black people. Could we get so like offensive or we feel attacked by it? And I don't understand why the most prevalent people in our community, both Black men and Black women, say, you know what? No, I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to challenge the narrative that's been put on us as a people. And also, I'm also going to reject this generational behavior we have been passing down, to children, that and then continue this cycle. And then when we break that generational curse, then we get flack for it. We get attacked for it.
I agree with you.
Go ahead, Angela.
I agree with you on that, and I would say this. That's fair to say, and to be 100% honest with you, bro. Like, I've never seen a panel like this where accountability is like out to the roof. I'm just gonna be honest, bro. I've been on pretty much every platform, debating with investors. I'm on a gaming community for like 10 years strong for another account I got. I seen and heard so much crap going, bro. It's ridiculous. And there's some positive platforms out there, and I will let Primer go. Next to go ahead, Primer. But I'm gonna say this real quick. But long as we keep doing what we're doing, bro. Like for me, low key, I'm like my attitude is like I don't have patience for ignorance or just a large majority of people. So for me, seeing a group of men, young men like yourself and young men like Marcus doing what y'all doing and asking these questions, you know what I'm saying? Even myself, I ask questions. Even Black Man, I cannot fathom so many times like this dude. And my boy Primal right here, like real talk. This is my brother, bro. This is my brother. It's some things that I don't know. He'll chime in and correct me. It's some things. Hell, I got a YouTube wifey, and this motherfucker got admin shit, but she don't. You know what I'm saying? But that's part of that manhood. That's how like we know the difference come. How men are and what women are. You know what I'm saying? And we hold each other accountable for certain things. I know as a man, like what I know he can do could help me move forward. So yes, just this panel next to Primal Studies, and I'm not even gonna put myself up, but just those guys is holding people accountable, is moving forward. Hell, I said before Black Man Unfiltered, man, Primal was like literally 2 peas of pie because I preach church. Because it takes a church to raise a village, to raise a family, right? Primal Studies is so focused on the go ahead, help me Primal with this one.
The family dynamic.
The tribe.
Thank you.
The tribe.
Thank you, sir.
Community
Thank you.
tribalism.
Yeah.
And for checking me, I'm gonna leave her like that. So you got it, Primal.
You know what, Jedi? I think you hit a really good point, and I just want to really illustrate this. If anybody is ever hating on you for leveling up your life, fuck them. They're not your people.
Hold on, let me give you the screen.
They're not your friends. They're not your people. If anybody ever hates on you for leveling up on your life, fuck them. You don't need them. Leave them behind. You're on to bigger and better things. Don't let people hold you back in life. Just don't tolerate them.
Yes, sir.
Man. Ooh, Black David, come on.
Man.
Black
Thank
David,
you,
come
man.
on.
Before I started, Jedi, remember what I told you. See what he's saying right now? It's the same. I'll just say this. KS main big picture, what to recreate what used to be back then, before the 60s, when the Black community was the strongest, when we had way more married couples than ever before. And he had been explaining to a lot of people, which it's like going to a university class. And the professor teaches and you were not paying a damn thing and you failed the class. Like Mandro said, they gave you all the answer to the test, but you choose not to listen. Several times, Kate has been saying, you can't have a community if you had let married people within your community. That's not a community. Celebrating the baby mama and the baby daddy, that is not a community. The men were pushing for married couple, structured family, knowing that the end game is to build a much stronger black community. The problem with all the chicken heads who are celebrating that that man is dead because they're nothing but chicken head, period. They don't see the big picture. They're all about them damn self. But guess what? When that time comes that needs one saving, who they'll be calling? They're not gonna call the white brother, they'll call the black brother to save their dumb behind. That is the problem. They don't want to take correction. This platform was meant to hold everyone accountable all across the board. No one is giving an excuse. The problem with people is they don't like accountability nor they like responsibility. It's something I've been teaching my 2 kids and my grandkid periodically. That is the biggest issue. A household with no accountability, no responsibility, it's not really much of a household. It's a pig pen. Let's keep it real. Let's stop the BS. Let's stop the sugarcoating. I'm not into sugarcoating. I don't mind putting some pepper sauce, put some spice in there, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you though. But let's be real. If you want something great, you do something great with yourself. If you don't want to be great, shut the hell up, move on, and be about your business. When you have a brother or a sister and promoting something that will build a stronger foundation for the community, if you have a problem with it, then you are the enemy of your damn self. I'll keep it 100 with anybody. Because once you come out of your mouth talking about, oh, he did say that, he didn't say that, but he said that, I will ask you this question. What do you learn from it? What do you gain from it? You gain any positive or you gain any negative? Or you want to pick some things out so you can use as your argument? Look, I would tell you, you got nothing better to do just to waste people's time. That's the problem.
So let me bring this into perspective before we close house, because I don't want to long stroke the show when it's been this much jewels dropped. You know what I mean? So what I want to do is for every man on the panel, because I was on a panel today. I was on my auntie security boss's show today, and we had a discussion, and we were talking about where women are. Me and Bolo, where we got into a real nice dialogue with each other today, a debate like no other today about men being in control. His mindset is men need to take back their control of everything, their leadership, and the women will follow. And my pushback was, you can't teach a brick wall anything because it will never move. And I think that's where we are today. But so my question to you guys tonight, as final words for everyone, what do you, when it comes to the family dynamic, the family, because I know Primal Studies that you're huge about the family dynamic. What is it in our community, guys, that we can do to get that dynamic back together? The man, the woman, the children, longevity, forgiveness, not the man make a mistake and then he out. The woman wants him out. She wants him gone. But longevity. What's the solution, guys? And I want to get everybody in on this to see what the solution is. And I'll start with We Ain't Signing first. And then Bernard, you can hop right in now because I want to just flow through it. So We Ain't Signing, Bernard, then Mandrell behind him, Canadian-born Jedi Mike, Mr. Bennett, Angela's Primal Studies, and then we'll end with Mandrell's Nick. All right? So we'll start with you and We Ain't Signing. Go ahead. What's the solution to get the nuclear family back together, brother?
Well, get the Jergens out because, there is no solution. And here's the reason. Macro level, America's becoming more and more feminist centric, right? Women have more parental rights and they have more rights in a marriage. You cannot fix the home without fixing the laws that give women more power than men. I don't care what you say. Anyone that knows management, anyone that has led people. If you're in a management position without power, without bite, then you're in a lame duck situation. So to quote unquote get the leader, and another thing, black men have never been the leadership of the home in the black community. Since slavery time, the black community has always been matriarchal, has always, and we do a disservice to think otherwise. Because when you think otherwise, you come up with misanalytical solutions. Number one, you have to understand where we are. The black community since slavery is matriarchal. America as a whole is becoming matriarchal. You do not have any power in the government to reinforce your power as the manager or the leader. A leader or a manager without power is in a lame duck situation. So to fix this problem is number one, which I always say, SYSBM. Save yourself, black man. Go and put yourself in positions where you can be successful. Go put yourself in positions where the country and the laws are patriarchal. Second, if you want to fight this system, then it has to start with the laws. It cannot start with the woman, because America doesn't produce marriageable women. They just don't en masse. You can give me examples, you can give me anecdotal stories, yes, but you cannot show me more than 30% of women are marriageable, right? Because the environment just doesn't produce that through education, indoctrination, and Disneyfication of teaching women that they're special with no accountability, no agency. They just don't produce it. And I'll just close with that.
Bernardus?
Yes, the solution is, I would go back to it again, it's the mirror effect for our whole community, not just one side. Got to be fair. And once you deal with yourself, another thing about the mirror, people will come and go out of your life, but the person that's in the mirror will be with you until the end of your life. Got to get that person straight first. Once you get yourself straight, man or woman, know what you want. Don't say what you want and then don't work for it and expect to get it. So the solution is we got to work on ourselves. We're about well overdue for therapy. Everybody wants to focus on how everything was delivered. Once again, like either Mandrell said or somebody else said on the panel, the man told a lot of people, even some men, to go get therapy. These are solutions. You have to work on yourself first. Two toxic things is just a negative times a negative in math is a negative answer. It's in math. It's mathematically done and proven. So what makes you think that's going to work in a relationship? Now, with that being said, you have to want to make this work. Cut out the TV. Cut out your girlfriends who don't have nobody, or your homeboys that don't have nobody, or you got to worry about that same group worrying about getting with somebody that you with. You got to cut all that out. The solution is be yourself, find yourself. And once you do that, and sometimes you have to go against the grain of your parents or what they taught you. These are solutions. They're hard. I'm not saying they're easy. Some of them going to be hard. Everything your parents tell you or your uncle or whoever raised you told you, your aunt, you have to still go out on your own. The solution is we have to want this. But it's going to take one person at a time. It's going to take us delivering this to generations like I did and like some of you guys are doing with your nieces and nephews, even if you don't have kids, and the ones who have daughters, like my brother up here, and everybody else. These are solutions. We can't keep talking about but this and but that. You got to take those butts and put them out like cigarettes. It's not getting nothing done. So the solution is work on yourself, find yourself, then know what you want. So didn't want to take too much time. Sorry about that, Angela. I know you probably had the time up, but that's it. That's it for me. Peace and love to everybody, though.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, brother, for being here tonight, man. Thank you for your perspective. It's always warranted, man. Here, please don't stop coming, man. You dropped a lot of bombs tonight, man. So I'm giving you your flowers while you can smell them as a black man to another black man. Thank you for being a teacher tonight. Thank you for saying things that, because somebody's watching tonight that didn't have an opportunity to learn from their father, and they just learned something from you tonight. And even somebody on this panel. So thank you so much for talking about how you were there for your son, how you were there for your niece. Thank you for being that man. Continue to be that man. Shine that light, because with more men like you, the solution has more possibility to be a possibility. So thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Bernardez. Thank you, man. Good night, brother. If you want to hang around backstage, you can for the after show.
Okay.
If not, I know you got something to do because you're a busy man. If not, man, thank you so much. We'll see you on Tuesday or next Friday or Wednesday. Come and hang out with Mandrell at 8:30 Central Standard Time on his show on Unapologetic with Mandrell. Okay.
Okay, I appreciate it, man.
All right.
This
man.
week's gonna be a good one, a very interesting one. I've been planning this one for a month.
All right, so we're going to get Primal Studies in here. We got Sir Hale in the back. He coming. Thank you, Bernardez, for being here, brother.
Yeah, shout out to all the great panelists. Shout out to the undefeated chat. Y'all keep the channel lit and amazing, so appreciate everybody up there. And shout out to you, Black Man Unfiltered, for hosting this great discussion. I'll say, you know what the solution is? Go find yourself a good Mormon woman, right? You won't have any issues if you go find yourself a good Mormon woman. That's how we solve this.
That's how we solve it.
But I always got a little joke for everybody. So go find yourself a good Mormon woman. No, but the real solution, I feel like, and I've said this once, but many times before, the biggest decision in your life isn't who you marry. The biggest decision in your life is who you have children with.
Ooh.
Marriage may end, but if you have a child with somebody, that's forever.
Pass the collection plate.
Please.
That part.
So vet that person properly. Come up with a generational plan. Find somebody that you align with values that maybe even if it doesn't work out, y'all can keep it pushing and keep it moving forward and raise your children effectively to promote healthy behaviors in the next generation, right? And raise your children. Be there for your children. A lot of children out there don't have a positive male role model in their lives, and we all know how that turns out for them. So vet that person properly and be there in their life, whether that means you're married to that person and you're with them forever, or sometimes things don't work out and that's part of life, but be there, right? Be there. That's the most important decision you'll ever make, is who you have children with. I'll leave it at that.
Man, thank you so much, too, brother. Golly, y'all dropping bombs tonight, man. If you want to stay around, please stay around, man. We'd love to have you to stick around, brother. Man, guys, if y'all don't learn them tonight, man, here we go. All right, let's see who's next. All right, we got Mandrell's Nick. What's going on, my guy?
All right, man, I'm going to cut it short real quick. Everybody did great sound sage advice. I appreciate everything. Please hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to my man, Black Man Unfiltered Network. Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to Gray Pill Podcast. Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to Primal Studies. Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to Jedi Mike 7. Hit the link, like, share, and subscribe to Canadian Born Nigerian. Buy everyone's merch, whoever has it ready. And last but not least, straight from Mount Copernicus, Sir Hill Speaks Network in the building up in here. Also, make sure you get that sexy Nigerian oil, and also for Mandrell's neck. I appreciate it.
Man, we appreciate you, man. Thank you, man. All right. So let's see who we got coming up here next. After Mandrell's neck. All right. We got Angelus, man. What are your final thoughts, man? What's the solution to getting the nuclear family back together, brother? Oh, you're muted.
I'll do a little extra. Yeah, pretty much everybody hit the nail on the head. Again, like, best stream ever. So now you got me. Feel like I got to raise up my game a little bit now.
Come on, man. We're gonna raise each other, brother. The incoming tide raises all ships, brother. All boats.
Exactly. I took a few notes here. Just to keep it short, we need to look within ourselves. Hopefully, fathers out there, uncles, because I know we talked before on other streams for fathers helping out fatherless children out there. That could be another help on the pool a little bit. Choose wisely who you have children with. Wait after a certain age, if that can help. Give some reflection. We ain't signed and said it too about the laws, work on that. And Primal pretty much hit it home. So I'm gonna put a pin on this one because it was a few ladies was so adamant about holding accountability. And Primal said itself, he's holding men accountable. So listen to what we just said. Listen to what Primal just said. Holding men accountable. There's gonna be skeet now all over the place. So I'm gonna leave it at that.
All right, man. See you in a second, brother. All right, who we got next? Mr. Bennett. My God, Mr. Bennett. Listen, guys, Mr. Bennett was dropping some jewels tonight. Listen, if you missed the revival, please go back and watch it. They should have took the collection plate and passed it twice, man. He dropped so many jewels tonight, man. Him and Bernard S, man. Godly, we had the organ out. Everybody was getting out their debit cards. I mean, this guy. And congratulations to Boston making it to Game 7. I hope y'all pull it off because the Greek Freak needs to go to the house. All right, so go ahead, Mr. Bennett.
Well, again, thank you so much, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be on this panel tonight. I didn't know what to expect when I came on, but as always, Black Man, you're delivering again. And, there's just no doubt where this channel, where this platform is going to be going. It's just a privilege to be a part of it. It's some, just what's been said so far. I certainly agree with a lot of what We Ain't Signing was saying about the laws. It is going to be interesting. And again, not to get way off topic here, but it is going to be interesting. Obviously, we know in this country that there's a major Supreme Court battle that's going to be coming up on women's reproductive rights. And I'm just going to be curious what, if it goes that way, how that's going to change the dynamic in terms of how men and women relate to one another. If that's going to be less of an option, what is, how will that, govern, how people conduct themselves. That's just a side note. But as far as how we get the community back together, again, it's going to be one person at a time. I think, like I said earlier, unfortunately, with our community, too often we embrace our leaders, our heroes. We put people on pedestals, and we forget about the messages. So I think that, again, the message that's been given to a lot of us, whether we agree with all of it or not, let's just take the stage what we can all agree with. We have an opportunity to take that to men and to women who are willing to listen, to our daughters, to our nieces, to our coworkers, those who have an open mind to have a conversation. I think this and other budding platforms are going to have that opportunity. And really, what I want to also be about as well is creating something new. I mean, one thing that I don't think we're going to necessarily put the genie back in the bottle where we're going to go back to the 1950s or the 1960s. I don't think, we can't turn back the clock. We have to deal with the reality as it is. And at this point, I'm about, for the Black man and for the Black woman, can we make a deal? This is about saving our families. Can we put a structure together of mutual respect and trust? Can we build a better, strong community? And we know that marriage is the best way to do that. So I don't want women necessarily back in the kitchen necessarily, or that kind of messaging. I don't think that necessarily gets us anywhere. Women are educated, they're, and whatnot. We have to learn to live with them. And how can we, how can we as a collective develop some rules of engagement where we can live together? All right. So let's just, rather than, because the reality is, even the marriages that we romanticize about back in the 50s and 60s, they weren't the greatest either. I mean, Kevin always made the point of, when you go to your father's funeral and you talk about that family, that those step brothers and sisters that you didn't know that you had. I don't think that's necessarily the healthiest thing for our communities either. So so it's not about necessarily going backwards. It's about going forward. It's about creating a dialogue. It's about educating, especially, if you're a man, if you have influence over a younger woman, a teenage woman, as my man was talking about earlier, nieces, and that, you have that conversation with them about, what's most important in life and family and what it takes and ask the questions. What does it take to have a successful family? I think that's how we can go about carry that conversation forward. But lastly, ultimately, if there's going to be any other change, again, in terms of keeping men accountable, it's got to be about us. So again, controlling your Johnson, okay, and where it's spread. I think that was a question earlier. I have no problem. And again, as a Christian, I'm realistic about what men do, but again, abstinence is on the table. But at the same time, I don't think you need to be abstinent until you're 35. So again, if anything, that should be a motivation for you to level up, get yourself in a position where you can be a husband. And at the same time, it was also said earlier, you don't necessarily have to be a parent right away. There's nothing wrong with being married, but delaying childhood. I delayed children for 3 years. In fact, that was planned. We were going to be married for 3 years, and then we were going to have a family. So there's no, I don't see a problem with people getting together younger. Not wait until 35, working out the kinks that you have. But again, don't necessarily be in a rush to have children right away. Get yourselves together, and then you can go and bring life into this world. So I think those are things that, we can do individually. Again, man to man, marriage to marriage, family to family. All right. But as far as on a national level and in macro, again, I'm pretty much with we ain't signing. That's going to be relatively unrealistic. But again, what's going to be coming up in the next few months and years is going to make it interesting. That people are really going to have to assess, how they conduct themselves, and maybe then that may open up another dialogue to have a conversation about how we can go forward, how we can preserve our Black community, our Black people into perpetuity. So hopefully those are some things that we can take from this. But ultimately for the guys, we need to level up. We need to be more disciplined and get the skills so that you can see the world more clearly and say, well, what can a woman truly offer you? And can she work in cooperation with you so that you can build a future together? We need to start asking ourselves those questions. So ultimately, I think it's going to be on us to level up. So that's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Bennett, man. Again, same thing to you and all the other guys, man. I just like to give flowers where people can smell them. Thank you for coming in tonight and dropping some jewels. I'm always going to say this as a whole tonight, as I want to piggyback off of Angela's. This has been one of the best best shows, because everybody had a great perspective. There were no headbutts, but it seemed like everybody was on the same page because everybody wants the same thing. And so when it comes to the community, when it comes to this conversation tonight, so thank you so much, Mr. Bennett. You've helped so many. Thank you for being a great father to your girls and a great husband to your wife. Continue to be the man you are, and let your light shine so others may follow it, brother. Thank you so much, man. All right. So next we're going to have come up my guy, Canadian born, Long Stroke Johnson. Going on, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, yours truly, the big old baby, the Nigerian sledgehammer.
First and foremost, I will fulfill a request for 2 cents. You want me to say that in the African Joe O. Jones voice? Mm-hmm. That is, everything the light touches is our kingdom. I'll just make it very simple. We need to know the big picture, what it really is for our people. We need to work on that. We can't BS ourselves. We cannot play games. We allow the people who think they were in control play games for 50 years, and they epically screw up. They know who they are, but yet they want to attack us. Last I checked, it had been heavily documented. You guys failed. So time to get off the pattern and to keep it moving. To fix our community, we have to be real with ourselves. You got to hold ourselves accountable, and you got to be responsible. Let's stop the BS. Let's stop the nonsense. Stop making excuses. Let's stop the he say, she say. They get down to the foundation. Once you build the foundation, we can move on. Other than that, there's no way around it. There's no shortcut to this. Kevin Samuel have been saying what our elder have been saying for years. If you don't like it, then you're not for us. Until then, deuces.
All right. Thank you so much, Canadian born. Thank you for being here tonight as well, brother. All right. Let me go ahead and get my boy in here. Let's see who we got next. All right. So we got Mandrell playing with his pussy. So we definitely going to bring Mandrell up. All right, Mandrell, what do you got for us, man? How can we bring the Black family back together, brother, in your closing words?
Thank you. I'm trying to keep her from acting up. She's on one tonight. But what was your question again?
What is the solution to bringing the nuclear family back together? Husband, wife, children, family dynamic.
The solution, we have to understand that first, for 2 generations, it's over. It's a wrap for them. There's nothing you can do. The only, from my generation, which I came on the tail end of Generation X, and the one after that, the millennials, there's still a little hope. Still a little hope. But the best bet is to teach the next generation, the newer generation coming up, the young ones, teach them the lessons that we've learned, and teach them the lessons we learned from our mistakes and our successes on how to cooperate with one another, not to focus so much on money and provision. While yes, that is important, that is not the ultimate, it is not the end all be all. Building a life with a person, the bond that it creates, the relationship that you'll forge is something that'll probably define you both. That is irreplaceable. It is priceless, and it is something that no one can ever create. You know what I'm saying? No machine can ever make that. You can't put a value on it because it's priceless. You don't have enough money to afford that. And that's what's important, the relationship.
Bingo.
So the misguided, the women today who are misguided, very few of them are going to listen and take heed, but most of them are going to keep on the same path they're on, which is the path they want to be on. So we have no choice but to leave them behind and keep moving forward, because there's only one direction forward. Okay? Everybody who gets left behind, everyone who falls behind gets left behind. Try and catch up when you can. But we can't afford to lose any more time waiting on people who are just stuck on stupid. Okay? So the key is not to be so selfish. Focus on the relationship with a person and build something together. There you have it.
All right, appreciate you, man. All right, so next we're going to have come up. We Ain't Signing, all the way from Shanghai, China. We Ain't Signing. What do you got? I already got We Ain't Signing, didn't I? Yeah, he already said it. Ain't no help. I already got it. My bad. I just didn't remove him. All right, then we got Jedi Mike, and then my brother from another mother himself. Black Satin's in the building tonight. Get excited. Get ready. He's here. Jedi Mike, go ahead.
Yes. As we said in this show was like one for the books, but as you know, we continue to keep pulling punches. I just want to make sure and end on this on a good high note. There are literally 3 simple things to us as Black people we knew so we can be more unified as a people. Number 1 is getting your shit together. 1, are you not continually pushing to be the best version of yourself, i.e., challenging yourself to be better, learning new skills, learn to eat right, learning how to expand your mindset, also expand your resources for you to actually be more of a better impact as an individual on this earth, right? You're not doing that, especially when you're not holding yourself to your own standard that you expect other people to hold. You're being a hypocrite, not a high value person. Secondly, the second thing is stop wasting your time. A lot of times we think that we're immortal, as you see, unfortunately, with Kevin Samuels, rest his soul. He didn't waste no time, and he did it until he was done. And that's why I encourage people to know that every time the second breath that you take is not guaranteed. So only thing that you can do to continue to grind and making sure that utilizing every minute, every second of your life to hopefully be an impact. And lastly, more importantly, is stop lying to yourself. We keep talking about this film in this show about self-reflection, and we talk about accountability. You can't have accountability without one thing, which is self-awareness. And one thing is that if you're not being self-aware, especially not choosing your friends right and the people that you impart in your life and being impact on you, then basically you're not managing the things that hopefully have a huge influence on your life. If one thing, if you can't pick your friends right, you definitely can't pick your partner right. And this is the thing we talk about women with their girlfriends. We're talking about men who have been surrounding themselves with men not challenging themselves and not being around with a network who have been holding them accountable. I'm part of that network, and because of them, they continually partake in me and continuously to remind me know who I am. The question is, do you know who you are? I ain't off for that.
Man, thank you so much, Jedi Mike. And to Jedi Mike, man, who has himself as a young man going through a lot of things, a lot of different transitions in his life, being newly part of a fraternity, about to get out of school in the near future. Man, I am proud of you, brother. I want you to know that you are the man that some young men never, some older men have never got a chance to become, but you are the representation of what these other younger men that are coming up behind you can see. So again, like I told everybody else, as the older man, I'm telling you as a younger man, keep your light shining, because your light is going to be one that outlasts us all, right? You're going to be the one that shows the young men how to be and how to move in life, man. So thank you so much for being Jedi Mike, and thank you so much for hanging in there, man, being strong in life, man, and being an example, brother. Thank you so much, man. I love you, man.
Love you too, man.
All right.
See you
Here we go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, before I bring up Black Satin, I'm going to bring up a stranger that be ignoring me, man. I don't know. I was talking about him last night, man. But I'm going to go ahead and bring up my guy here. My guy, none other than the Man Williams, is in the building. Man, let me give him some love, man. Lee, man, stranger, man. What's going on, man? You muted. Come on, talk to us. Give us the solution to what is it going to take to get the Black family back together, man? The nuclear family back together, brother.
Yeah, can y'all guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think it's kind of it's like I'm getting back to what I love, man. What people don't know about me is I love to travel. I love to talk on the road. I like to be able to get out and be able to create that generation well. And I think what it is the one thing that I love about Kevin Samuels and what I heard is that he passed something. His life on this earth wasn't for nothing. He passed something on to the generations to build on top of his shoulders. So I think what we got to do is we got to be able to start creating a way that our kids can start from where we left off. Instead of them starting over, what happened if we show them the ability to start where we left off? And I think that's what's going to be able to, not only financially, but if we can put something mentally inside of them and be able to spiritually inside them, and we can give them a life that we only could dream about because of what we was able to create. So I don't have much to say. I just wanted to come shout out y'all guys. I know y'all been talking about me. I heard somebody text me that y'all been talking about me, and I want to let y'all know I love you guys. I'm not running from this smoke. I just been on the road, so I'm just getting back home.
Well, you know you're going to get all the smoke that you're back now. We're going to be on your ass. And but hey, man, good to see you, man. Glad you made it back home safely, brother. Back home to your family. Back home and man, shout out to you as well. You're a good man, E-Man. You get on our damn nerves sometimes. You get on our nerves to the point that we want to just beat you to death and drag you behind that couch and leave you there. But no, all jokes aside, man, I love you, man. Thank you for being a great father, a great husband to your wife, and a great father to your children. And keep up the good work, man. I appreciate everything that you do. And we're going to get to this new camera angles by Sir Hale because he's showing out tonight. This month. But anyway, we're going to get to Sir Hale in a minute. But thank you so much, E-Man. I appreciate you for being here, brother.
Y'all guys be safe.
All right, you too, man. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, none other than the view from another view. The man himself, Black Satin's in the building. If you need him to strip for your bar mitzvahs, if you need him for bachelorette parties, if you need him for wakes and funeral services, if you need his dancing for anything, we got him in the building tonight. Go ahead and go to Sir Hale Speaks Network, where you can email this man for any dancing needs. The man uses baby oil, coconut oil, Crisco oil, great value oil, any type of oil, and he definitely uses the oil by my guy, Black David, the Nigerian so-so oil. All right, Sir Hale Speaks in the building. What you got for us, man?
First of all, I refute everything that Black Man just said moments ago. I do want to say shout out to my guy, Black Man Unfiltered. Yo, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Awesome conversation. But a couple of things I think that is going to take to get the family back. One is we got to love God again. I think that we've come so far away from our love for God, and we have no moral compass. We have nothing bigger that we're living for. And that's why it's so easy for us to abuse and misuse each other. So that's the first thing we got to get back. The second thing is we got to get back to the value in each other. Men have to value women. Women have to value men beyond what we can do and what we can give to each other. And I think that after we do that, if we can value each other that way, then it creates a level of trust, because I think that we don't trust. So that's it. And then we got to make sure that we're trying to leave a better world for our children. That is not just about us at the moment. It's not just about how we feel. It's about legacy. And I think that once we put God back in order, we put our trust back, and then remember to focus on the family, I think we're going to start making some progress.
Man, thank you so much. Sir Hell Speaks. If you have not subscribed and go over right now. The man has more content than there's scriptures in the Bible. So go right now and go over to Sir Hell Speaks right now. The liquidator of nothing but nothing good right now. Sir Hell Speaks. Look at him. Y'all already know the man is about to elevate. The man got more camera angles, man. Listen, Jesus don't have this. Jesus don't have it. Jesus looking down with Moses right now saying, hey, how you get that? Hey, let's make sure we get my angles right tomorrow. Let's go. My guy got the sports jacket on, the shirt. Look at him. Come on. He made me talk in Chinese. Oh, why? Okay. So again, man, thank you, man, for being here. Sir Hell Speaks, man. You're my brother from another mother, man. Give you your flowers as well. Thank you for being a leader of people. Thank you for being a leader of God's word. Thank you for letting that word transfer over to your husband, then to you being a husband to your wife, and then leading your house, and then also letting that same scripture help you to become a father and you walking in it, man. I know it wasn't an easy thing to do, but you got there. And so I want to let you know, man, from one brother to another, one black man to another one, that I'm proud of you, man. And I want to see great things out of you just as much as you want to see great things out of me. So thank you so much for your support, man. I love you, brother. Peace. Don't you start crying, because if you do, I'm going to turn the damn mic off, and I ain't going to be able to do it. I might just shut the show off. All right, man.
Peace, bro.
Thank you. So guys, thank you guys for being here, man. Tonight was amazing. We had an amazing show. The guys really showed up and showed out tonight, man. And so I have nothing else to say. I do want to say this, though. E-Man, before we leave, E-Man gave me the super chat. $20 on the super chat. On the super chat tonight. I appreciate that, man. He said, just showing you some love, man. I'm just showing you some love back, man. Thank you so much, man. I thank you for being here. Thank you for making it back home safe, man. We're going to chat it up. So glad to see you on Tuesday, guys. We're going to have a show on Tuesday, and it's called Tithe and Offering. Scam, fact, or fiction on Tuesday. That was birthed from a live that we did on the other day, on Thursday, on Sir Hell Speaks Network. So I want to birth that in here. So fact or fiction, guys. Tithe and offering on Tuesday. On Wednesday, 8:30 Central Standard Time, we got my guy, your guy, Mandrell, Unapologetic with Mandrell and Shushu. All right, his baby sister will be there, and he has a special guest this week that's going to blow your entire mind. Also, we have a sports show, guys. If you like sports and you want to join the guys and talk about sports, come and support those guys on Wednesday, 7:00 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll come on to the panel. You can talk about sports all you want to, and right after, following that, 30 minutes later, you'll see Lemonhead Mandrell. All right, guys, thank you for being here. All the guys that were on the platform tonight, thank you for being here. We're going to go backstage and have a conversation like we always do, and thank you guys for being a part of Black Man Unfiltered Network. It has been amazing as always. And also, guys, I always say this at the end, because I want to make sure I say this, because we're getting to a point now, it's getting real bad in the world. Show somebody that you care, man. Do something nice for somebody. Buy somebody's grocery, right? If someone's standing in line with their coffee, even if they can buy it themselves, buy it for them. Show some type of love and affection towards somebody, man. This is what the world needs. And then if you don't have anybody do anything for, and you're a recluse and you're an introvert and you're in the house all day, do something nice for yourself. Order you a massage chair. Order you something nice to do for yourself. So then you can, self-care is the best care, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys, and we out of this place tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, while you're listening to this, we've had some recruits in the stripping. Canadian one opened up his own stripping club called Shake That. He's recruiting all types of men. He recruited Angeles. He's recruiting Mandrell. See you guys on Tuesday, 8:30 Central Standard Time. Peace.